All right. Who wants to do the recapery?
I caught all the diseases and got the shit kicked out of me by a bunch of women.
Accurate.
Yeah. Not the complete picture, but it is an accurate one.
Indeed. Everything you said did happen.
All right.
We
So
finished the dungeon crawl with surprise additional boss.
Yep.
One more boss fight.
Then I ran interference, doing a big distraction on the upper floors with some of just the most unfortunately timed natural ones. If I had gotten just 2 higher on the D20, I would have been able to do that 20-foot jump, get to the other catwalk, and escape out the second floor balcony. Instead, I just went face planted on the first floor. That will. I'm still waking up in a cold sweat over that one. But anyway, as I was getting all my shit pushed in and out the other side, everyone else was able to turn invisible and sneak out the back into the streets. And I was captured, according to our noble DM. Unless Michael's bait and switching me and I'm about to sit here for 4 hours with no player character.
That reminded me of when Dunk used to do his player recaps from his point of view, because that was really what all happened. But from Vic's point of view, it was like, the creepy one, we didn't have to do any convincing. He kind of self-sacrificed himself, which allowed the important ones to get out there at the end.
All right. Then for the question. Which member of the party is your favorite? Parentheses, you cannot choose yourself.
Barrow Walker.
Oh, the creepy one?
I mean, that was from Vic's point of view. That's from Vic's point of view. Dude, you dig graves.
Well, is this question from the player point of view or the character's point of view? Who's your favorite party member?
From the character's point of view.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I know he's dead, but is Luca still an option?
I was gonna say, if I'm judging from my new character, probably Merritt, because I can't imagine she met anyone besides him so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Luca's still an option.
Oh, then Luca.
Yeah.
I go Kier.
Yeah, Merrick's probably still his friend in the group. Luca did earn points with dying. And Barrow with self-sacrifice, but, he's known Merrick for a long time. So, once we get regrouped, figuring out how to rescue Barrow is going to be high priority.
I mean, purely out of character. Would you guys think that, though? Because I did have an extra dose, fatal dose of Blood Veil, and it normally kills within 7 days, and I got an extra strength version. Even if I was captured, there's a very real chance I'm dead within 3 days without a cure.
As he walked out the door, Vic, under his breath, said a burial prayer for you. You're dead in his mind.
It's possible. But, we also have to find out where they took you and if you're still alive.
Indeed. Okay. So, we're going to start then with Barrow.
All right.
Just the overworld music here, so we got something in the background. So, shortly after you are knocked out by one of the Grey Maidens, you regain consciousness. You find yourself restrained with manacles binding you at the wrists and ankles. You see around you the hospice of the Blessed Maidens and bodies being dragged up from the depths below from the lift. Then you take in the sight of a woman approaching you, a gray maiden without the signature helmet, and her face marred by the X-shaped scars slashed across her eyes. Immediate reactions, things you're doing.
Outside of just the normal waking up bound thing where you check the strength of your bonds or anything like that, am I still masked or not?
You do still have your mask on currently.
All right. And I'm just going to remain very quiet for the time being.
She walks over to you and looms over you and then asks you a single curt question. Who sent you?
Out of character, thinking how I'll respond to this. I think I'll stay quiet for the first question.
Awesome. She's going to just kick you down to the ground. She's going to place her foot on that area in between your shoulder blades and then rip off your mask, exposing your face. And then she says, seeing your horrific scarring all over that face, she gives kind of a sneer and goes, won't be an easy one to crack. But we have all the tools we need at Death Head Vault. And then she gives a gesture, and without saying anything else, she's going to have two of the Grey Maidens throw you into the back of a cart.
All right. Unfortunately, the mask was in the way, so I couldn't spit and try to inflict her with blood veil on my way out.
All right.
I am the weapon.
Everyone else, I know Vic is heading to Luca's family's house.
Merrick will probably be doing the same, going to maybe not the family house, just I think Luca's house when he was staying at specifically.
Yeah, at the moment we're just trying to regroup, so.
Yeah, last I recall was basically us getting out the door and Pharaoh getting captured. Did I say that I was going over to tell Luca's family?
Yes, with the Harrow deck that he instructed you to give to his daughter.
Gotcha.
And that with the little golden tiara he's carried around since the very first combat.
Yes.
You've seen your daughter like 3 times.
He's been trying to think of a good way to give it to her. It hasn't been her birthday yet.
I would recommend placing it in her hands.
I had this, and I've been waiting to give it to you until you did something good. You're a very bad child.
I apologize, Richard. I'm playing a very serious character, so I have to get the goofs out of characters.
No, you're good.
Well, you have to duck and skulk around the corners of Korvosa. The streets are full of Grey Maidens patrolling, looking for the perpetrators of this event.
Actually,
that the wider public doesn't
as
exactly
we're going,
know is taking place.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
As we're going, Merrick would probably actually say, should we go to the hideout? Probably need to go to the hideout. Things are very hot right now.
That'd be a good idea.
So I think that's where
Is it
Merrick
on,
is
like,
going on
other
second
side of the
thought.
city? I think,
It's the Gatefoot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking my hideout, or are you talking that house where we all met?
I guess either or. I feel like the foot pad would be the best, but we probably won't wait till night to go to that one.
The Undertow, my good sir?
No.
Oh, wow. Next to the ocean.
Yeah, it's next to the. It works. It's a really good
It
name.
works.
Mhm.
It really does. On so many levels.
And it's
So
also
you
the
guys
Undertow
didn't want to come with me to, tell a family that their dad had died?
Not until after the police are no longer after us.
Sorry, I had to go AFK there
Didn't
for
we
a
do
second.
this like in the middle of the night?
Yeah,
Sorry?
No, he
might
was
be a
saying
bad time.
not going there till after nightfall, and I was like, wait, didn't we do this in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, Merrick would want to make our way to the footpad. I'm sorry, the Undertow. I'll
Yeah,
get it right
Vic's-
for you.
Vic thinks about it. He's going to go the Undertow as well. He looks down. He's covered in blood, and it is 4 a.m. So this would probably not be the great time to, break the news.
Yeah, I guess we're going there.
We lost our Batman. It's not appropriate to just walk up in the middle of the morning, like 4 a.m. in the morning, like your dad's dead. Throw the shit on the ground, walk away.
Right.
He danced with the devil in the pale moonlight.
Didn't call him back the next morning. Said he was too creepy.
All right. Then everyone heading out to go hide. We will cut back to Arrow. Sorry, I'm coming to pull up a map.
Do what you gotta do.
Which I cannot find. Now I'm just going to pull from Incarnate. Because I have it in there. I thought I had saved it to Roll20. But yes, what are the goings on once you each return to your respective locations?
I mean, I have to start working on these notes that we got.
What are we gonna do about Gray? And we're gonna have to rest tonight either way, but
Yeah, for now I need to rest. That was
Yeah, same here.
exhausting.
If we learn that they've taken him somewhere alive, we'll have to at least try to rescue him.
what's the name of our contact in the garden?
Field Marshal Cressida Croft.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to.
I've been reviewing the names to try to update myself. I just don't remember who this person is.
What person?
This one?
Raina Soldado.
Soldado, yeah.
That is the daughter of Case Soldado.
Mhm.
And you helped them out with Bloodveil, basically.
Oh, gotcha.
Right, them, yes.
Yeah, that drunk
They're-
that accosted me that didn't want help,
Mhm.
and we were nice guys and helped him.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, you were team nice guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, you helped them out.
I imagine Merrick will probably just go to sleep for the night, or at least try his best to.
Sleeping at a time like this. You're just gonna let your friend be slaughtered, you horrible people.
Yeah, he gave his life so we could escape with these notes and possibly
Yes.
cure the thing. So
Very brave, very brave.
Oh, wait, that's right. Merrick is blind.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Plagued, blinded,
Mhm.
exhausted. I
Yeah, we're-
was doing this calculation after last
I don't think you're
time.
blinded, Gamba.
I'm not blind, he is, but I was just gonna say was that I did the calculations after last time, and I'm like, it's gonna be at least 3 days before they could mount a rescue for me, because he needs to sleep to unblind himself, and then he probably wants to sleep again to get all of his spell slots back before going into combat. So it's 2 nights.
Meanwhile, my character's just waking up in the morning like, it was such a nice night. Completely unaware of what's happening.
Fix some tea, have a shit.
Drink some shit, have a tea. It's very close on a first guess for how the dimensions of what this map is going to be. I thought I had already brought the map into the Roll20, but I couldn't find it when I was looking on Archive it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me someone did a meme about how you drink the water just to undrink the water. It's like just now thinking like, go drink some river water, violently undrink the river water.
I mean, there's always those jokes people make whenever you go to any kind of country that's not your own about not drinking the water.
Montezuma's
Like-
Revenge.
Yeah, it's primarily in like South America and Central America, but I've heard people say that when you go to like other continents, just other than the Americas too. So
I think one of my personal favorite lines that I've heard is slushies. You don't buy them, you rent them.
Okay. That is pretty much everything from there. So now I gotta grab your token. Heal you up a little bit because they did bring you up to conscious level. And so you know what kind of the situation you're in. You're in the back of this carriage, but it's been outfitted with like a sort of bar door situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got 2 Grey Maidens flanking either side of you in here.
If it's I'm still on the world map. If that's any.
Yeah.
Okay.
If stuff I'm explaining to you while I'm
Gotcha.
putting stuff on the map, so that there's stuff on the map when I put you down there. Give me a perception check as you are rolling down the road.
Sure.
Just looking out this back window.
21. Remove my armor since I assume I don't have it.
Looking at the shingles above the vast network of houses that make up the majority of the real estate in Corvos, the shingles that are passing by you, you see maybe a shadow, something glinting, something's on the roof, and then it quickly dives, and then it's out of your sight once again.
All right. Let me see here. My hands, are they bound in front of me or behind me?
They're bound in front of you.
Okay. It's good because let's see. I do have escape artist. Not very high. But I can try to roll that to see if I can find any looseness in my bindings.
Yeah, you can give me the escape artist.
Oh wow, I rolled high. 24.
24. You notice that it is not quite tightened all the way around one of your wrists. The other one, it's pretty locked on, but you think in the right moment you might be able to slip out.
Mm. Oh, here. I remember
Let's
something.
see.
Why do they require exotic proficiency? That's bullshit. There's a thing called rope gauntlets, which is really just tying a rope tightly around one fist to act like improvised brat knuckles, but for some reason that requires exotic proficiency to punch. Do you still need a minute, or should I pitch any ideas here, Michael? Just let me know what you need.
You go pitch any ideas you have for sure. As you continue to go down the road here, you've in your vision looking out the back of this cart, you've seen a second carriage that has other Grey Maidens meant to escort you on your way. But as you are continuing down this road, you hear someone in the distance, maybe a few roads away, shout, "My horse! He just took my horse!" And then you see that second carriage of Grey Maidens peel off to that side of the road as you continue carting your way down towards. But give me a knowledge local.
Yeah.
You know where they're taking you. They're taking you to the most secure prison in the entire city. It is the Death Head Vault, located underneath the Longacre building, which is basically the building that the courthouse, essentially, of Korvosa. It's
Gotcha.
the highest court in the land. Also houses a giant prison underneath it.
All right. Got a hunch something is gonna go down. So, trying to finagle my hands as best I can while still being subtle. That way I could get out of the ropes, but probably still maintain hold of the rope, at least on one hand. Just in case I need to garrote wire someone.
All right.
Oh, that's very helpful, Kenneth. I appreciate that. That's even better. So yeah, if one is still on hand, I can use it as a rope gauntlet, which will do 1d4 bludgeoning damage. So that's nice to know.
The Grey Maidens perk up, but they don't say anything as both of these two Grey Maidens both go to look out this window. Give me a perception check to see between their armored forms what is going on.
20?
You see that a man clothed in black has just turned a corner around this street. And one more knowledge local.
12.
12, not that hard. He is the most famous vigilante to ever grace Korvosa. Rumored to be at least over 100 years old. Blackjack, the Crusader in the Night, named after his trusty weapon, which he uses to save the people of Korvosa, seems to be after your cart.
All right. Are both of the Grey Maidens backs to me right now?
Oh yeah, they're both backs to you right now. Especially since you would know that Blackjack has not been seen in a decade.
Gotcha. I would like to, as silently as I can, slip my one hand free from my rope bindings, and then bind that rope around the hand that's still tied up to make the rope gauntlet. And then I'm gonna do what they call a rabbit punch. It's where you punch someone square in the back of the skull.
All right.
What
are you thinking for that roll?
That would probably be I was just gonna modify my brass knuckles there I have written up.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. Because I just changed it from a D3 to a D4.
Yeah.
But then other than that, it's the same. If this hits, I will get my improved hidden strike. So let's see if it hits. Do we have hero points back yet? I would really
we
like
did
to
just start a new book,
And we just leveled up as well. So
Mm-hmm.
and I'll
will-
give you another hero point because you saved everyone on last session, of course.
Cool. So I will tap 1 hero point for a reroll. Doesn't need to take them out. I just want to do something. I mean, they are flat-footed. I doubt that'll do it, but 15.
the quiet is ominous.
Mm-hmm. He's muted.
Sorry, I was talking, but I was muted.
Mm-hmm.
The 15 will hit, or oh, sorry, I was looking at touch. Sorry, it won't hit flat-footed.
Yeah, I won't hit flat-footed. I wish it was touch.
Yeah, so Dex is from Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Is from armor.
So it makes
Give
nice
me a 1d100, Gombo.
Okay.
Just because I'm thinking in terms of what the actions are going to be here and what I have planned for them to do.
8.
8. Okay. As you are doing this rabbit punch,
Mm-hmm.
it does not do much damage to the Grey Maiden herself, but just completely by coincidence, at the same time that you're doing this, the other Grey Maiden's attention is diverted trying to unlatch the lock, and just as you rabbit punch this lady, the lock comes unlatched and the door swings open, and she's going to be hanging on to the outside of the cart there.
In hindsight, that probably would have been more effective if she wasn't wearing a helmet. Something about protective headgear.
I'm moving everyone over. I think we should all be able to see because there's no dynamic lighting.
Yeah, if there's no dynamic lighting, it won't be a problem. Guy's jacking my style.
You jacked his style. You just didn't know it.
Listen, if anyone's going to be jacking off here, it's him.
I was about to say you can have a jack off later about who jacked who.
All right. Initiative.
I mean, his name is Black Jack, so.
Blackjack's off. Boom. Got him.
So
Where?
16, there's no initiative. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Grey Maidens. Gonna roll 15. Blackjack.
Oh.
Rolled a 14.
So wait, does this make Barrow Batman, or if he was second, does that make Barrow Nightwing?
Probably more likely I mean, I want to flatter myself by saying it's an Azrael situation, but nah, I'm Robin.
Well, I mean, I don't think he mentored you, so it's more of a. God damn it! I know the superhero name.
You're Batwoman.
The Phantom versus Batman.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, what's the point of knowing all this useless nerd knowledge if I forget it when I'm around the nerds?
Join us in the extended edit on Patreon where we thoroughly discuss which Batman character each of our characters
In the middle of the D&D campaign. Did no
Yeah.
watchability. Like, you have to watch through 3 hours of D&D to even get there. But Barrow, you manage to act first. You got a surprise round there, so I'll say this is your first turn.
Is the carriage still moving?
It is still moving.
The
Alright.
good news is they're still flat-footed until they act, so you still have a chance of getting them good.
Because it's either me shoving this other one in the carriage or jumping out of the back of carriage and body slamming the one dangling to get her grip off, but then me using her body and armor as padding to avoid skid mark damage.
Follow your heart.
My heart tells me to do the tackle her and slide out the back thing, but I know I'm just gonna get like a 1 and it's gonna go badly.
I feel
I'm
like
gonna-
that's a hell of a thing out of context.
Swing
Yeah.
for the fences.
So
I get
my
what you're
plan-
saying though. It's jumping out and basically you're fucking sledding her to stop
Yeah.
the fall. From the,
Yeah, because she's
you're not
probably
grinding against the ground. She's grinding against the ground until you get to a stop.
Yeah, exactly. And because she's probably holding on by like 1 or 2 hands, and if full human body weight just hits you all of a sudden at a tackle, you're letting go. Like
Yeah.
that's essentially what I'm trying to do.
Okay. What do you guys think this is?
I mean, considering that it's not really a grapple and any damage would be largely circumstantial.
Sounds like a
if
bull
any.
rush to me.
I mean, I was gonna say acrobatics versus CMD, but whatever. Whatever works.
Bull rush makes most sense mechanically.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll say give me a bull rush.
Alright, CMB then. Of course.
So, give me a reflex save
Mm-hmm.
because this is kind of a committal thing.
26.
26. You have successfully made the landing, but are not. She did not let go as you suspected. It's a much stronger woman than your calculations. And
You had to open your
Yeah.
mouth and say bull rush, Loki. I was about to pitch the acrobatics thing, but no.
My bad. My bad.
Took me from a plus 19 to a plus 7.
so you are, for the purpose of combat, probably grappled because your hands are grabbing onto the back of this lady's chest piece, so you don't go flying off the back of the
Mhm.
back of the carriage.
Yep.
While your feet, I will remind you, are still still bound.
Yeah.
You've taken care of the hand situation only.
Mhm.
Grey Maiden number 2 is going to try to pull you back in.
Flat-footed CMD, or either way, even my normal one, that would beat it right now because I'm negative levels, so everything's at a penalty.
And then she's basically going to shout up to the one in front that you got loose of your bindings. Blackjack.
Oh no, the juice is loose.
Because he is not being weighted down by a cart, is actually a bit faster than this horse. So he'll be able to make a net move of 20 feet up. And then he's going to throw a knife. He's going to throw a knife at the one that just pulled you in because, frankly, he's not very intimidated by the one that's currently hanging on for dear life.
Fair. Oh, good. It's not just me.
And the attack whiffs it. Barrow, it's back to you.
Your question, though, where does the knife land?
Yeah, I was gonna say this could be important. Where's the knife?
Oh, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another 1d100.
Because if that hit her, I was definitely gonna just pull it out of the body. 50 exactly.
50 exactly. I'm gonna give it to you. It lands in the floorboard of the carriage.
Okay.
So you both kind of look down at it
I
as
would
it
like
goes by.
I would like to swift action huck a spit directly into her eye. If for no other reason than just to potentially spread the plague.
She's wearing a helmet.
Just a little bitter there.
Yeah, it
So it's
might
gonna be
miss.
A
That's why.
challenging spit.
Go for the
just wanna give
spray
me-
rather than the loogie. Go for the spray.
You can give me a melee or a ranged attack roll.
Same roll. I'll just use brass knuckles again. 12. It's not that important to me.
It slowly, your loogie slowly slides down the side of her mask.
As the
And
awkward
it's
moment turns
not
into
a
second.
good. And let me tell you, Bear, it is not a good color of green
Mhm.
that you're seeing reflected on that armor.
Yep. Move action. Forward roll to get the knife off the floor.
All right. Is picking up a weapon and provoke an attack of opportunity?
I do not know. Hope not. Otherwise, I'm definitely going down. Picking up an item does not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay, you're good. Just wanted to make sure.
Mhm. So yeah, that's the least of my standard.
Yep.
Because I'm not moving anywhere, so I can just pick it up as a move. No. Fuck it. I'll go for the stab. See what happens. Nothing. That's what happens. Fucking nothing.
No one has taken any damage in this fight.
Flat fight.
All right. Your AC is currently 10.
Mm-hmm.
Plus or minus your dex. So whatever your dex
Yeah.
is.
Flat-footed. Let's see. Flat-footed would be. Well, does my feet being tied up make me flat-footed?
Oh yes, it would. Yes. thank
Yeah.
you.
Then it's 10, and I only have
That's
10 hit points. So if she hits, I die. Woo! Watch you get a natural 20.
She's going to attack with the long sword. Or, ooh, he's coming up on her. I still think she's going to try and bump you on the head.
Yeah, I did just try to stab her. So yeah, I'm down.
If you have another hero point, you can use it to add to your AC.
Yeah,
Make that
I'll tap all my hero points within the first 10 minutes. Let's do
I'm
that.
just saying,
Yes.
you could.
Yep. So that'll make it miss. If I wasn't
Yes.
flat-footed, it would have missed.
All right. Blackjack is going to continue forward. His horse is going to get right up behind, and then he's just going to yell, "Jump on!" And he'll probably try and knock this Grey Maiden off of the carriage. This will be a +2. Versus the Gray Maiden. CMD. Yep, she falls off and she goes rolling behind you guys.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I believe the action economy of this checks out. I can use a standard action to cut the bindings at my feet, and then I could move to try to jump onto his horse using an acrobatics to both do the leap and also avoid the AOO from the maiden, right?
I mean, that checks out to me.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to say yes. So yes. I'm
Fucking
the-
hell, please.
Yes.
There we go. 31. Oh, sorry. Oh, I don't have the ring of jumping, but to avoid AOO, it'd be 33. So.
I mean, would they have taken all your rings off when they? I don't know what they would do. So
I don't know. Either way, I imagine 31 is enough.
Oh yeah.
Fucking. Now I got 14. God's sake.
Grey Maiden is going to take one last swing at you.
Natural 20 instantly kills me. Nope, that'll miss. Because with my feet free, I'm no longer flat-footed. So I have AC 15 now.
And with that, Blackjack is going to wrap both of his arms around yours, so kind of in that sort of restrained position, and say, "Hold on!" And then he's going to flip backwards off of the horse.
Gotcha.
To which you think you're going to hit the ground, and then you don't. You fall, and then slosh into a foul-smelling liquid. You are now in the sewers. And combat is over.
I assume the horse accelerates, crashes into the back of the cart, and explodes.
Oh, of course. He rigged it to do that hours before he arrived.
Hollywood. He jumps off. The horse somehow dives under and skids under the cart, runs off into nowhere.
And then he pulls
Now
out
you
his
fight the
katana
audio
and
log.
says, I had a plan to take you out and anyone else who got involved just in case.
Sorry, say again, Michael?
I was joking.
Oh, you're still joking. Okay, just want to make sure.
I was joking around. around.
Mm.
You kind of, I'm sure you take a minute to catch your bearings. By the time you're up, he's wiping the sewer grime off of his leathers and walking down the corridor, and he says, "Well, get a move on. They're gonna figure out what we did eventually."
I nod, probably starting to experience hefty systems from Bloodveil, and I limp after him. Definitely still maintaining the dagger just in case.
I figure you guys would try to strike out at the Queen eventually, but this was way above your pay grade.
Desperate times.
Hack, wheeze, cough.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the rescue, even if it might turn out to be wasted effort.
That alchemist friends of yours has a good head on his shoulders.
Non-committal grunt.
Why does everyone know everything about us?
Here, let me take you back to the Undertow. What the fuck?
Yeah. This is a direct violation of my class feature, bitch.
Look, I can't guarantee anywhere safe right now. We need somewhere we can talk. me and the rest of your friends as well.
How do you know us?
We can talk about that when we have a safe place. You know there could be anyone listening to us in here. The were-rats that populate these sewers.
They work for Vic, I think.
Vermin.
I don't know. It was something about finding them a new homeland. I don't think he's worked on it. Barrow's just riding that fine edge of conscious and slightly delirious where he gets a little rambly.
Well, it'd be nice to finally put that great shame away. And he turns around. Where are your friends going to go?
Either Luca's house. Maybe. Not his family. That wouldn't be smart.
We'll hope, both me and you, they aren't going to Luca's house.
Get me to the Gatefoot.
All right. And with his assistance, you are going to be limped all the way back to the Gatefoot.
Mm-hmm.
What's everyone else doing? I know we got people working. Kier, so let me catch where everyone ended up. Who's at the Gatefoot right now?
America's.
I think we
Merrick
only
here.
to go in there after that.
Vic. Okay. Cool. So if you guys are just laying low there for the rest of the day or for the rest of the night, at some point in the early morning, describe how the Gatefoot is opened up again and the state that Barrow Walker is going to be arriving to these guys.
Yeah, there's a concealed door in the base where the foot is mounted on, which leads to a thin spiral staircase going down, which eventually straightens out into the chamber that I've been hollowing out in the map here. Barrow's probably not doing too great. I imagine that I'm starting to have some of that bleeding out of the face that the blood veil gets its name from. Accelerated dose.
Oh
and all
yeah,
that.
you already got the pustules and the
Mm-hmm.
and the warts.
Yeah, definitely kind of one hand on the wall as I go down.
Walking in, a step behind him is a man you guys have never met, whose face is completely masked. What's your reaction?
Oh
Vic
God,
would-
they're breeding.
Vic
Or
would
maybe
jump
they-
to his feet.
Wait, you were two people this entire time?
Probably a quick. Oh, how'd you escape? Oh, this gen.
Wait, is he your father?
Wait, is Gray here?
All right, let's just everyone give me a knowledge local to determine who knows who Blackjack is. Not Kier.
I'm not even gonna roll because I can't see him.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm the only one who fucking knows who Blackjack is.
That makes a weird amount of sense.
I mean, if you bump into
Vigilantes.
him at the annual vigilante convention,
He looks there. He says, "Good, you're all here, except for what happened to Luca."
Dead, I say, slumping down against the wall.
Eric, Can you help Era? Who are you?
Help Barrow with what?
He would look from Blackjack would
Life,
look from side.
easy passage to death. I don't know what he's got in store.
Wait, are we good?
Yeah.
Upon asking who Blackjack is, he would look around back to Barrow and he'd say, "You sure no one could be watching?"
Thessalonian wards prevents scrying on objects. I'm not a wizard. I don't know about anything else, but I've been, unless they were followed.
He will remove his mask and reveal his true identity to be Vincarlo Orsini.
I like to
I
think
still
that
don't know
there's
who
like,
you are.
I feel like there's a few gasps in the room. Eric's like, what? What?
He's the one that helped us get the artist lady out of town.
Yeah.
Would have been my first guess. As I say, I close my eyes a little bit.
Oh wait, is he that's the swordsman?
Mhm.
Okay.
As interesting of a revelation as that is, I should probably get working on a thing to possibly save his life. Start mixing up a couple remove disease infusions in case the first one fails. So, that's
If
gonna
you'll
boost
remember, traditional remove disease does not affect Blood
Yeah.
Veil in the stage that Barrow is currently.
You got a big old notebook
Right.
with supposedly a cure in it, though. So
well, start working on that then. I'll resume
Go
working
ahead
on
and
that.
give you
Two, I
guidance.
think. I believe you guys looted Dr. Davalis for his notes as well. Or no, I don't think you guys did because it's not on his person, and I don't think you guys searched the.
we definitely searched his office.
Searched, yeah, we searched his
Did you?
office.
Okay, I'll look it up later. But
Yeah, it's
I don't
only the
think you
first.
said anything, but
Yeah, only the first two floors. The one where I got beat up in were the only ones that we didn't like fully take apart searching.
yeah, the one main floor on the catwalks.
Okay. Then if you found the stuff in his cabinets, then you would have found his notes.
Yeah, I think we got distracted by other things, but I was definitely searching for notes
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah. All right. So you've got two sets of notes on Blood Veil. It's going to take some time to read through those and to apply it and figure out how much it's going to cost to get out these cures, because it's going to take up components and things as well.
What kind of rolls? Those who are
Craft alchemy rolls.
Gotcha. I didn't know if there was a medicine roll or a knowledge roll to help with ideas as he
Probably.
studies the alchemy's perspective.
Given most things do ability damage, we probably need to keep some lesser restras on tap to keep Baron / Gray alive.
If nothing else, getting these two negative levels off me, which were from a spell, would be swell.
I imagine much of today is going to be rest, so apply all of your heals and things as you do such a thing. Kier.
Does delay disease help at all at this stage?
Not at this point.
Mhm.
That would prevent me from getting infected, but remember, because I got the super strong strain that even bypassed a plague demon's plague immunity. So I, the player, I'm saying, no, I don't think that'll do anything.
Through looking both of the notes, you see that about you read about how the Varisians are immune to the plague, but more interestingly, You read about the fact that this plague has a magical component to it. It seems to transfer magically rather than virally, which you think will be the key to figuring out a cure to reverse it. Give me a craft alchemy roll.
Guidance +1.
Okay, yeah. 7, 9.
All right.
Guidance, that's +1. Do you want to? Anyone else want to throw anything else in case it's like a 30?
Do you have to be trained in alchemy, craft alchemy, to roll it? I would
I
assume
think
so.
you need guidance for a +1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already said guidance for +1.
Okay. I don't have any spells left this night.
It's a 7, and we did just renew. Seems like a big story point, but also feels like it'd be multiple rolls over multiple days. Yeah, fuck it, I'll tap to reroll. 25 with +1's 26.
Okay. And
I don't have my full workshop on hand. So.
yes, not currently. So you could work out a cure for Bloodveil in about 3 days.
All right, well, that's not too long to keep Pharaoh and Gray on life support. And, hey, willing test subject.
That's creepy.
I know delayed disease doesn't prevent or doesn't create immunity, but does it help reduce the symptoms?
Or
It does
at least
say
the
if the target's
progression.
infected, it can. If you
Once
make a character
again,
level check,
I need to
it'll
reemphasize,
set the duration.
I got the
I know
trained.
I know it's special. I know it's overcoming a lot of magic. I was just curious if it helps at all. That was really the question. If I should prepare it and just try to buy you time over those days.
Well, I've still got it because we're hitting each other with it.
Do you have the brew potion feat out of curiosity
Yes,
here?
I
Okay,
lost
that doesn't
it
apply
through
now, but
taking
it'll apply.
Grenadier, but I took it again as an actual feat. So, yeah.
Yeah, that won't apply now, but it'll apply later when you're trying to mass create the cure.
Mhm.
It'll let you create a lot more. So Kier's got that locked down for the next 3 days. What's everyone else? Yeah, today's gonna be mostly healing, so figure out your healing stuff, and then we'll go to the next day for downtime.
Miracle asked if anybody could make a run to the store to help with removing my blindness, or if we have a means to remove my blindness more accurately.
I would volunteer to do so, but out of character, I don't know what you need. Remove blindness potion, I guess.
Pretty much, I think basically remove curse or remove blindness.
There's a
deafness.
remove blindness spell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is.
Let's see. Lesser Restroom does not restore negative levels, but it can cure 1d4 points of ability damage.
I was
Probably
damaged by the
restoration.
a spell that did negative levels. I don't know if that was
They
temporary.
should recover at like I think 1 per day, so at least
Okay.
those start
Yeah.
going away.
Does naturally recover at 1 a day, but I think the disease is also causing ability damage.
Yeah, that's a bunch of ability damage, but
Fortunately, Lesser Restro is free, so
yeah, I got a -4 to con and a -1 to charisma. But I imagine Barrow Walker just never leaves the Undertow.
Mhm.
Probably wears a lot of bandage on his face to contain the bleeding as much as possible. But for those of you who are spending a lot of time in Undertow, Barrow spends most of his time, if you look at the little map here, there's a little curtained niche where he set up a bunch of shrines. He spends a lot of time in there before the Shrine of Pharasma. He also set up Abaddara. Desne for anyone else who's interested. But
I mean, I forget how much it did to you per day. Is what I'm thinking.
yeah,
It's like,
I don't know.
we
either.
have X days, and X is finite. So, if Michael will unmute and maybe say
Yeah.
something about the disease,
What do you want to know about the disease?
how fast it will kill him through ability damage. So, I mean, I've got
The-
forecastings of Lesser Restro myself. So, how much is it doing to him a day?
Let me see.
Loki, did you see my thing I posted in chat?
It is.
Oh,
It does. Looks like
The second part.
Okay.
1d4 con, 1d4 charisma.
I think I have like 50 gold.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if you have
Vic will-
cleric to do
yeah, Vic's gonna take you around town and go search for a cleric to cast the spell.
Of course. That's the same thing it was last time. All right, day 2, -8 Constitution, -2 Charisma.
Okay.
I'm at 6 Con and 8 Charisma. So good news,
You're cutting it close.
it won't kill me. I'm pretty sure.
It might put you into a brief coma.
Mm-hmm.
So all my
That's okay, that-
castings of Lesser Restro to keep you alive.
Just gonna.
Assign those as you will.
Yeah, they're pretty much all just gonna go on Constitution.
And that is the
Yeah.
most lethal of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares if you become a babbling idiot? Screw charisma.
Well, he'll be in a coma if charisma hits 0, but it's better than dead.
Yep. Michael, I'm gonna take
On the
Merrick.
bright side,
Vic's
statistically, it won't kill you. It'll hurt. The next 3 days are gonna hurt like a bitch.
Oh yeah.
What were you saying, Vic?
Vic is going to take Merrick, ask Merrick if he will, or Merrick asks if he'll go find a cleric or remove blindness, and he says he will do it, but he would like Merrick to accompany him over to Luca's house. Because hadn't you met Luca's family?
Yeah,
Okay.
at least
Because
at least I
think
believe
Vic
so,
ever-
right?
I don't think. Vic
Yeah,
ever
your
met him.
character would have, like, I think Merrick is the only one who's probably
Mhm.
personally met his daughter.
So it'd be nice if you would accompany me. I'll do all the talking. I'm used to delivering bad news, but unless you want to chime in, but it'd
No,
be
it's
nice
okay.
for them to have a familiar face with the
Yeah.
news that we need to deliver.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's the least I can
Alright.
do.
So 2 things today. We're going to go visit Luca's house, and then we're going to quest for a cleric to cast Remove Blindness for 150 gold pieces. How is it so cheap?
I was just looking up, and that's the official ruling of how much it costs. Like, because you're not having to make anything. You're literally just going up to a cleric, be like, "Hey, take my money, cast your spell."
Yeah, that should be pretty easy. But for added dramatic effect, I want to take him while he's still blind to Luca's house, because then they'll see how bad the fight was.
If you want to do that, you could show the full extent of it by dragging Barrow along.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I know.
I'm afraid he might melt halfway there.
Hey, so your dad died, but would you like to meet this plague victim?
But look at that guy. Look at that leper. His ankles are falling off.
In theory, if you could find me the formula for it, but I don't currently have a formula. Anyway, continue with your
Yes, off to meet Luca's family. Most wonderful family of all. We're off. We're off. We're off. We're off.
Absolutely nothing bad will ever happen.
Hmm.
Oh, I love telling children their parents died.
You head down to where you know that Luca's family lives. Luca, you want to describe your family home? What they see when they get there?
Yeah, the place you're going to is his old family's home that his mother still resides in, and his wife and child have also been living there for quite a while. It's a 2-story wooden building. It's definitely a mishmash of different wood planks that have been kind of replaced over the years, as it's a family home that's been for several different generations. There's a connected butcher shop on the opposite side of it that they use to supply themselves with business, as his family come from a line of butchers. So like there's like a shop side and then there's the house side.
Definitely go, guess, to the house side. Merrick, would they be home or are they going to be in the shop at this time of day?
I mean, would the shops be open with the plague and stuff? That's the question.
People got
Shop's
about me.
probably closed with the plague right now.
Yeah, I guess if it's gotten worse, then remember one of the things we did was like investigate a shop early on.
Yeah. They were doing bad things in there.
Hey, means more business for my family.
Yes, and somehow we almost all died to sewer lobsters.
That was the one fight I was fine.
Yeah, you like jumped in, acrobatic over a rail, tackled a lobster, pulled somebody out.
That's why the hammer was called Crab Smasher.
Dude, it's a cursed hammer.
Yep. I do have a question about that, Michael, but I'll wait till after this scene.
Go up to the family home, knock on the door.
No answer?
Well, I'm just waiting if Michael wanted to say anything first before I just volunteer my character, because I would have said Michael.
I was gonna leave that everything with the home and stuff mostly up to you because it's your stuff. But yeah, you would know what Sophia's doing around this time.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that, like, if you didn't have anything planned or something. So yeah, knocking on the door. I'll just say, to make it easier, Sophia would be the one to answer.
Mm-hmm.
The mother, like, even if the butcher shop's closed, there's probably still meat to like cure and everything. Works with the grandma, so she opens it up and sees Merrick and a strange. I don't know. Would Victor disguise as an old lady right now, or would he just be himself?
He's in his priest of Abadar robes right now. He would have changed out of his disguise as soon as he got to the doorstep.
So when she opens, she's like, "Oh, Uncle Merrick, you brought a priest. What's going on?"
At hearing her voice, you would see his demeanor just kind of. You could pretty much just see his heart break as he just. Okay. He would crouch down to what I think is eye level and just try to coordinate and say, I don't know how to tell you this, but your father was a brave man. He fought devils and demons and gave his life defending the city to save all the people in it. I am so sorry. I tried to bring him. We tried to save him. We did everything we could, but he went down a hero.
Come on. Stop joking around. Where is he?
The
Young lady.
motive.
I put a hand on Merrick's shoulder. Young lady, my name is Vixen Hammerhand. I'm a priest of Abadar, and I was a companion of your father's. And what my friend Merrick is saying, though he's lost his sight in the battle, is true. And I'd like to come in and talk to your family for a moment, because there are some things that transpired that you need to know, and some items that your father asked me to pass on to you all. And I want to offer my condolences and comforts during these times, and perhaps say a few prayers with you.
For free, even. Well, a copper.
Of course,
Actually,
my
Meryl
funeral.
put these 2 copper coins on his corpse. So you're covered.
Of course, my funeral expenses will need to be covered by your mother.
Taking it a little bit more serious, despite the jokes at the end there.
Mhm.
She's like, "Oh wait, my dad's actually dead." She kind of like
Can we
looks
come in?
back.
we-
Like when you ask to come in, she kind of looks back, sees like her mom and grandmother being busy. Kind of grabs a bag off the side. Mom, I'm going out. And she just makes up a bullshit excuse about going to go grab something. Maybe we should talk outside. I think my grandma might attack you if she finds this out right now.
I understand. Everyone deals with grief differently, and it was actually you, Sophia, that your father was most concerned with at his passing.
Okay, not here. And she kind of like starts pushing you down.
Yeah,
like,
no, I feel like we're walking away from the house at this point. Walking down the sidewalk, whatever.
She sees Merrick trip a couple times. Like, are you okay? What's going on with you?
I was blinded in the fight.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to be informed, but she rummages through her packs. Like, Uncle Rolf gave me a few things to help with stuff like this. She pulls out a scroll. Like, I think I know how to use this. Hold on. And she's going to try to use a scroll of remove blindness. Let's see if I botch my first roll as this character.
Do it.
Nope, it works.
Damn it.
Oh shit!
Damn, that's good.
It's just
Oh,
me.
shit.
So she pulls out the scroll, figures out how, like, she sounds out the words, and it's like, wait, how am I supposed to apply this? Hold on. And she slaps the scroll on your forehead, Merrick, before it like burns up and your sight returns.
Oh,
Your father did often talk about your magical capabilities.
Yeah. Can we go somewhere? And how did he die?
Let's find the nearby park where we could have a sit and talk through it all.
And she would kind of follow you, kind of like confused, but
Yeah, I feel like Vic would know the city well enough to lead us to a place that either a busy market where we can sit without anybody hearing us, or is there even green space in this town?
I mean, you can see like where his home is, and like she would probably live in another home near around this area anyway. And this is all pretty green, so.
Yep. Find some fun green area, go sit by a tree, and have a sit down in nature and discuss as many heroic deeds as we can remember of Luca, and also answer any detailed questions she has about his death.
It wouldn't be. Merrick would give basically a play-by-play as though it was like a heroic epic, but leaving out like the gory details.
Like she would like take it all in and be like, wait, so first my dad fought with Uncle Rolf. I know he said he was a bad guy, but okay, that's something to take in. And then you fought a demon with like and plague doctors, and oh boy, what the hell was my dad up to? Like you can like she's like as she's talking, she'd probably still be like kind of crying at the same time. But I'm not going to act that out because I'm not going to be able to do that.
You may be a little young to hear all this, but there is a lot of bad going on in the world right now, and our group was and is, including your father, trying to right those wrongs and get those bad people out of this world. it's a little skewed right now.
She kind of just like thinks it over and she's like, what did he want you to give me anyway?
Well, and at this point, he would explain the fact that somehow he came back and was almost a spiritual entity for a while, a force of pure will that needed to accomplish the goal, and hand over the deck of cards and the tiara and say that he had this tiara for a while, holding it, keeping it to give you the next time he saw you.
God damn it. Yeah, she would take the cards and the tiara and kind of look at them. There'd be a very long stretch of silence as she's like kind of looking at the cards, and her eyes are kind of like darting like back and forth for a second, like kind of like looking like she's like reading something, but she's not actually opening the deck or anything. It's like, there's something like, is there a place like? And then she would have, I can't remember. You said it was the Undertow that's the secret hideout.
Mhm.
So she would just kind of split out like, can you take me to the Undertow? Like that sounds like something I'm supposed to go to. I hear it in my head. Does that make sense?
Looks at Merrick, waiting for Merrick's look back of recognition. Remembers Merrick's blind.
No, I'm not blind anymore. Remember, she cured it.
Oh. You just had the useless look on your face then.
Merrick would scratch the back of his head and say, I might have to blindfold you on the way there, but I don't think it'd be a problem.
Yeah, that isn't going to look any more suspicious.
Well, I mean, if Barrow were here, he'd stuff her in a bag, but
she kind of just like side eye Merrick.
But Barrow's ankles are falling off, so he doesn't get a say.
She was just kind of side eye Merrick when he says that. It's like, really? You're gonna blind me? I'm 14 years old. Do you know how weird that looks?
I hear you, but
how about we just borrow the cart and she rides in the back of the cart under a blanket?
That works.
This is going to be an awkward ride. And she would accompany them.
Just gonna say, just lay down. We'll throw a tarp over you. You can't see where we're going. Taken care of. No one can see us taking a small child.
She's like, I'm like 14, right? I'm not that young. Did my dad tell everybody that I was like 12 years old again?
I think we're always children in our father's eyes.
14 is an entirely different age in a dwarf's lifespan.
Oh, that makes sense. But she would follow them to whatever cart they were talking about. She would like ask Merrick as they were walking. She's like, "So how are you? Are you okay? I know you and my dad were close."
I'm holding it together for now. It's just been a lot lately, and I'm pretty sure once I have that chance to actually process everything, it's gonna hit me hard.
Yeah, she just kind of like pats you on the back. She's like, "It's okay. You'll find somebody else. You're young."
He probably stopped walking and just kind of, wait, what?
Vic did a side turn. Like, did I hear that? Well, teach their own.
She notices the awkward silence, and she's like, "Well, I mean, they were living together and they had a pet together. I mean, what else was I supposed to infer from that?"
I'm sorry, Merrick. I wasn't aware. That's extra
Either
special.
was I.
I'm sorry.
I mean, was that not what was going on? Like,
No.
You and him lived in our old house together. That you adopted a pet. He wasn't with my mother anymore. At least I don't think so. Like, am I reading too much into this?
Merrick's actually probably laughing and crying at the same time with that one.
Listen, kid, it was purely recreational. There was no emotion involved.
No, sorry.
But your dad was quite the man about town.
he, to be clear, he took me in after I lost my place at the stable company. It was either that or
Rebound.
sleep on the streets.
So it was like a savior thing. I think I've read some books like that. That's fine. She's at this point just completely convinced.
Was completely
Aren't you?
platonic.
I think you're too young to know about relationships.
She's like, I'm just gonna get into this car now. I think I've made things awkward.
Yeah, let's just cover this up with a blanket. Merrick, I'm here if you would like counseling or to discuss your feelings. I am trained as a priest of Abadar over your loss.
What are your rates?
I see now that it touched you at a level deeper than Buka touched any of the rest of us. My hourly rates are typically 10 gold pieces per hour.
Merrick's just there, his eyes kind of twitching, like, oh, no. No.
I just want to say it's been like 45 minutes and I haven't said a word. This is the easiest group to DM for in the world.
Listen, we've been playing together a long time.
I hope you didn't want to accomplish anything tonight.
you guys don't know so, but this is most kingdom building sessions in Dammer Hall. When I don't have anything prepped, I'm like, I'm just gonna have them do kingdom building, and I sit here and go, yeah, sure, roll dice. Okay, here's another die. Roll a die.
I'm not complaining.
This
Let me
is
make that
Tetris
clear.
for me.
Everything that's going on here, approved.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's move this cart along. We captured a 14-year-old.
Not weird at all.
There's a half elf and a
captured her.
dwarf
She gave
walking down
herself
the road.
willing. Oh no, that's even worse.
Yeah, it's worse.
It's worse. Definitely worse.
Yeah, you guys thought me knocking out that orphan in the first part was bad. I think that's
No,
This
it's not
part-
like
this part-
that.
She
my-
guys
my
were wagon willing. I mean, fuck.
My character subtracted from it. This group is the epitome of stranger danger. Okay.
Right.
officer. In my defense, I was gay for her dad. Yeah.
You can't play that card now. I'm a priest. I have no. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
So her dad's long-term roommate and a priest.
Are smuggling a 14-year-old child.
In a van or wagon, sorry.
And you're
Nope.
taking her to the hidden location
Mhm.
where your drug
Undertow.
dealer friend lives. I am officially no longer the creepy one.
Yep.
I helped you out there, Barrow.
Yep.
All right, let's keep trafficking this child and move along.
That's right. I cover my face because I'm a burn victim and I'm very self-conscious about it. That's comparatively normal. By the way, Michael, is all my stuff just gone?
Yeah.
All right, so I should just clean that all off my character sheet, or
Yeah.
okay.
We'll
Thank
make a
goodness
list
for
in case we
automatic
find
bonus
it
progression
somewhere.
at least.
Yeah, that is good.
That's
have to
why I
replace
don't have
fast
any
match
qualms
movies.
about just saying yeah.
Mhm.
You'll still have your bonus progression items. You'll just have to get more.
Gonna need
And
to
to be
spot-
fair, the alternative was dying.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I just wanted to make sure before I started clicking buttons here.
There would have been a chest with your stuff in it inside of that cart, but there was no way you were escaping with that.
Yeah, exactly.
But they let you keep your mask.
Would it have been horrible to say if I left 500 of my over 1,000 gold pieces in the undertow just to make getting back on my feet a little easier?
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Okay.
So you're saying you didn't carry around a 20-pound
I
bag
would
of
say
gold pieces?
honestly, you could say that you kept most of your gold pieces at home. I'm not assuming you guys are carrying those all around with you.
Yeah. Okay. I will.
Unless I'm mistaken.
I'll just subtract the 140
Except for maybe
copper
Kier,
pieces
who
I
moves
did
around a lot. Maybe he's got his stuff.
I'll just remove my 180 148 copper pieces, which I did always carry on me because I used those on
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
All right.
Flashback to a week ago. Look, gentlemen, having all of this gold just simply under your mattress is a terrible idea. What you need to do is invest it in the bank.
You need to put it in a CD.
Should contact you at abadargold.com.
You just make a deposit.
All right,
Put
guys.
your-
We need a very small moment of silence. Crab Smasher is gone.
Yeah,
Crab
that was
Smasher
the
is
saddest
gone.
part right there.
Oh,
The
dude, I
casualty
think
of-
that thing was cursed. In hindsight, if you
Curse of
start
the Crab
rolling that
Smasher.
20s,
Here
we're gonna
is
find out.
Here is one little bit of good news, though, is that I had a silver dagger that had the appearing disappearing thing, and I very explicitly left it at the undertow. I even wrote it down on my sheet that I left it there, so I guess I still got a silver dagger.
There you go.
I mean, you barely started with anything, and you worked your way up to Crab Smasher.
All right, so I'll just I'm gonna miss that ring of jumping though. But anyway, continue doing your thing while I clickety clack over here.
I know we will probably just yada yada that they bring me to there. Unless anyone else has anything they do. I don't know, that's just Michael.
Yeah, most of the neighborhood's watch stops us.
Are you sure the one that you left at the undertow was the returning one?
That's what I wrote down. Is that
Did
wrong?
you add returning to it?
No. It was the one that was
It
getting
was
like weird
suspicious.
story vibes from. It was suspicious.
Yeah, that
That-
wasn't
it's-
the
it-
return.
it-
that
I-
wasn't
it's-
the returning one.
Yeah, I don't
It was.
have a.
You had
sorry.
multiple silver daggers. It was a mundane silver dagger.
Yeah, that's. I just remember it appeared and came back. That's why I said it was returning. It doesn't have the magical property returning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that confused me.
Yeah, that
Gotcha.
was poor speaking on my part, but that was the intention.
I was like, did it have returning on it?
It
No.
did not. No, I'm just.
But hey, silver dagger's a silver dagger.
Yeah, silver dagger's a silver dagger. It's a place to start.
All right. So where do we leave off? We got very sidetracked with the others coming to the undertow.
I think them coming to the undertow is the next big thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just wasn't sure if there was other people doing things, but I know Barrow's kind of indisposed right now.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of tending to Barrow and making research. And I assume, well, actually, what is Blackjack doing? Is he going off to do other vigilante things, or is he helping out?
He's sitting in the corner watching you intently.
Blackjack would have hung around for a little while, but he would basically just tell you guys to keep an eye out and come contact him if anything goes down. You guys know where to find him. He's got the whole fencing academy thing going on. But he wouldn't stick around for too much longer. If you inquired, he'd say that he's been keeping track of you guys for the last couple of days, ever since you've been on the trail of, or last couple of weeks, ever since you've been on the trail of the Queen. And he saw you guys go in, and then only Barrow come out, so he decided to go in to make the rescue once the Grey Maiden started to swarm around the building.
Mm-hmm.
We can take a bio for everyone.
Not in front of the child, Vic.
Go to the private pissing hole. All right, let's go take a bio.
Yep.
I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere.
I just finishing off a cup of noodle while that scene was going. Seems like a middling downtime period.
Mm-hmm.
So at least you died at a good spot.
All right. I always dream to make my death as, mundane as possible. Make it easy to just, okay, have a couple days to mourn, nothing happens. Okay, good, we're done. I'm short one spell on my spell list. I'll just do that while I'm waiting.
If you hadn't used that scroll, I could probably have copied it in the formula book. Hold up.
I mean, good news, I have another one. I had 2 of them. I bought myself just all the scrolls when I created this character. So. I have stuff like the scrolls that I have on my character are like reduce person, fabricate disguise, ray of enfeeblements, delay disease, keep watch, remove blindness, resist energies, comprehend languages, speak with animals, cure light wounds. And then I have a bunch of alchemical reagents that can do stuff like add damage to random spells, increase caster levels, that kind of thing.
Neat. She like it's that occultist class, not the occultist proper, but
No, he's a summoner, isn't he?
I'm just a base Unchained Summoner.
yeah. I thought.
I was thinking about doing the Spiritualist, but I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this. And then I saw that there was an Ancestor type for an Eidolon for Unchained Summoner. I'm like, that works better. The only downside with Summoners, there's not a whole lot of like offensive spells because your bread and butter is the things you summon.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
It's
got
not
attacks.
a bad thing to be good at.
Yep.
As long as you're not rolling the HP for each one individually.
I gotta say, I'm extremely glad I used that Dust of Disappearance then, since I cleared out my inventory, because that would have been. I mean, I feel bad about losing the Ring of Jumping and the Human Bane Rapier, but to have not used that Greater Invisibility item would have been.
And you got
harsh.
good use out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I used pretty much all my gadgets. So now it's time to buy new ones. But we got roleplay scenes first.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up that feat, Blessed Waters, so I can make holy water for myself now, which may or may not make Michael hate me in the future.
Holy water?
Yeah. Just how my character build turned out. The holy water itself, at baseline, is going to be fine, because I can create holy water a number of times per day equal to my wisdom bonus, and it sticks around. There's 1 vial per
Holy
day.
water only does like a d6 damage, right?
It does 2d4, but with this feat at level 8, it goes up to 4d4, and at level 16, it becomes 8d4. Now, the part we were discussing in the chat yesterday was Vital Strike on paper would also work with splash weapons like holy water. So with my Vital Strike now, it would make it a 4d4. So at next level, it would do 8d4 when I Vital Strike with it. Once again, it's just a single standard attack. The part is that I, thanks to my prestige class, will get improved and greater Holy Strike, Vital Strike. So by the end of the campaign at level 16, that will be 8 times 4. So that would be 32d4.
Yes. All of the dice.
Which, to be fair, only against undead and evil-aligned outsiders. It does nothing against anyone else.
And
Yeah.
it's level 16. That ain't that bad.
Yeah, it's level 16.
I feel like if that's the biggest threat at level 16 of a character, that's not that bad.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
love
that
the
is,
idea that I throw one flask and it has technically the possibility to do 100 points of damage.
Like it's 30 points on average. It's what, 32 d4?
Yeah, 32d4.
Less than 64 average damage.
And you can't do Hidden Strike because Hidden Strike is precision damage, and you can't precision damage with splash weapons.
I mean, the Styria was doing 64 damage an arrow.
Yeah, that's also very true.
Not to mention it fixes crit build.
Yeah, it's what I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, God, because that's against touch AC, which is really good. So I hope Michael doesn't hate that. But then I remembered, it was spread across like 7 attacks, but Gork did like 160 damage every turn.
Yeah, you guys were regularly doing like if you got full attacks, you were getting almost every one of the characters was getting like 100+ damage a turn.
Yeah. Once I realized that, I'm like, oh, 32d4 holy water damage.
I think Michael's character was technically getting the lowest damage, but each hit he did was massive.
Yeah, it was like 40 damage.
But he just only hit
That's
like
one of
twice
the-
compared to like your guys like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons Blasty Wizards is kind of a noob trap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're gonna go blaster, just go sorcerer. You get more blasts.
And don't have to just directly prep utility spells.
I do enjoy, though, now we should get back to the game, because I was looking at wizards. If you go Evocation School Wizard and you go the A Mixture sub-school, it lets you alter the element of different spells you cast. But then at higher level, you can have this aura around you where you can spend a reaction to alter the incoming damage. So you can like turn Dragon Breath from fire into cold damage. And then you can get a wizard arcane discovery that lets you put a elemental barrier shield on yourself, and when it nullifies damage of a certain type, it inflicts the damage on someone else. So that's something I was looking at if Barrow had died, was a wizard that turns other people's spells into a damage he's immune to, and then it punishes you for it.
Yeah, it's a fun class. It just requires a lot of homework.
Yeah, like a wizard. So anyway, you bring to this child into a secret location filled with drugs and plagues. Oh, and religious
It's okay.
extremism.
We had a tarp over her when we brought her in, so that makes it okay.
You just carry in this girl covered in a tarp while she's kicking and screaming. I felt the pressure change. I'm pretty sure I'm underground now.
No, Barrow, don't be mad. Removes the tarp.
Yeah, probably what Sophia sees of Barrow right now is a face wrapped up in bloody bandages. He's not currently praying at the moment, but he is sitting on one of like the 2 chairs that he has, looking at a map of Corvosa, absentmindedly fiddling with a silver dagger. And he glares underneath the bandages with kind of like bloodshot eyes, and his face is lumpy because of the plague. It's not a safe-looking person.
Yes, off to the side is a crazed-looking gnome poring over notes spread out all over a table.
At this point, Vic looks over at Merrick, looks down at the child that they just uncovered the tarp off of, looks back at Merrick, looks at the other 2. Maybe this wasn't the best place to bring a child.
Keep telling you I'm not a child. I am 14. And she kind of just stomps down the stairs into the room.
This was definitely a bad idea. Why didn't we talk this over?
Dude just lost her dad. Were you gonna tell her no?
Why did you
Didn't
bring
think to
her
tell her
here?
no. She just kind of told us what to do, and we did it.
She's like, well, I'm here. I'm here to help. My dad can't be here, but I can, and I think I'm very useful.
I look at her for a long moment, and then I ask, have you still been studying necromancy?
Well, I mean, not really very hard.
Sense motive.
Eyes
Not
narrow.
really very hard. I mean, I've just been doing like the one spell every day for fun, you know.
She's being
The
truthful.
Necromancy Wordle.
Mhm.
She's like, I know a couple spells of it, but it's not like I can really do much. One of them is just to fuck with undead, and the other one just makes people tired. Yeah, the other one's kind of nasty. I can touch somebody and make them bleed if if they already have wounds on them, but I don't really do that often.
Sophia, we're in constant dangerous situations. You need to perfect your craft before you try to join the fray that we're going to be in. I think it would be best right now if you.
No, listen, I can do so
took-
much. And she holds open her bag. She's like, I got scrolls, and she pulls out like 20 different scrolls. She pulls out like a stack of different alchemical ingredients. By the way, this is a big bag for all this
Yeah.
shit. And she's like, I have a crossbow, I have a sickle. Listen, I'm here to help. If my dad was here, he would vouch for me, right? And she points, and all of a sudden you see her dad standing in the corner. Oh, I think I did that.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
And you just see Luca kind of look at them, look at his daughter, look down at himself. I don't know how I'm here.
Luca, you get kind of halfway through that sentence.
Mhm.
Give me a will save for Luca himself.
25.
You feel something deep within whatever you are, the spiritual form, try to push its way to the surface, and your ears kind of start ringing as you've first been summoned here, and you look around, and it's that effect where you can't like really hear what they're saying, but you can tell that they're talking about you.
Mhm.
And then just as soon as it happens, it's gone, and you're back.
Like, how did I get here? Why is my daughter in this hole? What's going on?
Did she just cast like top tier magic? And
I think she just raised dead Luca. Darling, I understand that you're studying necromancy, but
that's more than raised dead.
Wait, no. How is he dead? I mean, yeah, well, I mean, he's dead, obviously, but I couldn't raise it. There's nothing to raise. How would I
Exactly.
do that?
I don't dabble in the black magic.
Hold on, let me try something else. And she's like,
Could Merrick try a spellcraft to just have some idea of what's going on? Like 15.
It's not like I just said that I wish he was here to vouch for me. It's not like I said I wanted some gorilla here, and then she cast a spell on accident and summons a gorilla and makes her dad go away. It's like, wait, I just brought a gorilla into being.
This is very dangerous. You need to be in an academy where you can learn to harness these powers.
Wait, let me try one more. And she's like, thinks hard. Fire. And it just all of a sudden just summons this like blob of fire that looks like almost like a slime. Like, oh no, never mind. That one's gross. And it eventually vanishes. So
can you bring Luca back?
Let me think. And she thinks really hard and kind of focuses where he was, like, come on, father. And she kind of just points, and a ripple kind of appears, and he like just steps out of it. So yeah, apparently I can do that again. So
Luca, is that you?
I don't know.
What's the last thing you remember?
Giving Vic the stuff to give to my daughter and telling him to let her know to stay safe, which apparently she is not staying safe as she is here.
Girl, in that bag of yours, do you have silver dust?
Now I'm actually just going through. Actually, she does. Yeah, she has some silver stuff.
Mhm.
It's technically silver sheen, but I think that's technically silver dust.
I just need 25 gold pieces worth of silver dust as a spell component.
She would just walk over to you and just plop it into your hand.
I take it, turn my back to everyone at the table, and seem to ignore the conversation as I begin blessing water. I will interrupt at an opportune moment to complete the point of why I'm doing this.
But like I said, apparently I'm good at other stuff, but apparently I can do that too. And she kind of looks at your dad. She's like, her dad, and she's like, "See, I told you I could do stuff without having to go to school." And he just sighs and looks at everyone else like, "Please tell me she's going to be leaving soon. She should not be here."
Vix
No.
walks straight over to Luca and face palm him to make sure he's real.
Just grab him by the face? What do you mean face palm him?
Yeah.
Also, I would like
Palm
to
straight in the face.
mental image this is that Vic is a dwarf, so he is walking up to him and then putting his hand over his own head to pat.
Yeah, I don't even think I'd be able to reach his head because he like
tiptoes.
So maybe just like
drags a crate over
him. Hands straight onto the. Well, he wants to touch flesh, so yeah, pulls a chair with him. The slow creak of the chair across the floor. Puts it in front of him. Steps up on top. Face palm.
It touches him. It's like, why are you doing this, Vic?
Please don't ask me dumb questions. You're dead, but you're here, and your daughter has brought you in, and we're not exactly sure how or why. So I wanted to make sure you weren't an apparition spirit.
Well, I knew she had magical potential. That's why I was trying to get her into school.
Luca, don't say stupid stuff anymore. Get on the same page. I don't have to be nice to you.
Did you just suddenly start insulting me out of the blue? What is this?
Yes. You're not real, and I'm very confused about what is going on.
You know what? Luca's just gonna punch Vic.
I imagine that sends the dwarf straight off of the chair, roly-poly across the floor, crashing into a table. Son of a bitch.
You know, I felt like we all needed that. So let's just take a minute and figure what's going on out.
I dump holy water on Luca.
Tears yelling at Vic for bumping into the table.
Yep. Luca suddenly just has a bunch of water.
Have you noticed that Luca is
head.
back in the room?
Yeah. What? Oh. What's that?
Apparently, I'm some kind of physical ghost.
I think I'll use that as my verbal cue that while everyone was distracted, I just hobbled over and I just dumped a vial of holy water on Luca's head, which, since he's neither an undead or an evil outsider, it does absolutely nothing. And like, not a ghost. Would have burned.
Why are you bathing him?
It's holy water. Hurts undead.
Did you just try
fiends.
maiming him?
I suppose that settles that. A long drink from the container he had at hand, and then after a second turns around and starts pouring over the notes again.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Luca's just like, please, if you ever had any sense of duty, you should get her out of here. Meanwhile, Sophie's like, oh, stop complaining. And as soon as she says that, he just like locks his jaw and he can't say anything anymore.
No, she's involved now. I say, going back to my map table.
He's like, this is awkward. I can't object anymore.
Sophia, do you have control over your father? Tell him to walk into the other corner and bump his head.
Hey Dad, can you go into that other corner for a minute? And he's like, Sophia, this is highly irregular to try to boss your father around. Meanwhile, he's walking over there as he's talking to her. He's like, oh, I don't like this.
Mayor's like, oh, this is gonna be a problem.
How will your relationship continue?
Also, he has to be within 100 feet of her. That's going to be awkward.
At least they don't have to be holding hands.
So, like I said, I'm here to help. I can boss my dad around for you guys. I'm sure you're going to love that. I'm good at talking with people. People just seem to like me. I know a lot of different stuff. I know how to butcher some meat. I know how to mix some stuff around with some plants and herbs. I have a bunch of different stuff. If you need some spells cast, I think I can do that now. I'm starting to realize I can cast things more than I thought I could, at least.
She was very
I was gonna say
useful.
she needs her dad's permission, but apparently her dad needs her permission.
Dad,
This is
say I'm
kinda-
allowed to stay here.
Oh no!
You're allowed to stay here.
Oh no!
I feel like we should go talk to the living
Yeah.
adult.
Oh, they don't need to know. Shush.
Mm-hmm. In
Listen,
the meantime,
you go
she
to
was
rat me
very-
out. I'm going to tell them you abducted me and put me in a cart to drag me here.
You said you consented.
I'm 14. Does that matter?
Oh, damn it. That loophole.
Jesus Christ. That old loophole got me with it again.
Is that gonna be the name of this episode?
That
Oh
old
God.
loophole. No, please don't. Let's move along. She was very useful. She did, since no one has commented, she was able to clear Merrick of his blindness.
Yeah.
As long as we keep her out of harm's way, maybe she can stay a night here in the Undertow to
No,
grieve.
I think her mom might have concerns about her not returning.
Nope, too late. I'm part of the gang. And she just kind of points her hair finger into the air.
Well, that was my
Luca,
idea.
and I do mean Luca, the spirit.
Yep.
You hear something that no one else does as Vic speaks up. His voice actually dampens in your ear, and something comes over it, and you hear, he's a loyal one, isn't he?
What? He just kind of says out loud as he's looking around.
Shh. They can't hear. It's just me and you. Tell me, how loyal do you think Vic Hammerhand is?
At this point, he's kind of confused and kind of just starts speaking in his head. I mean, it depends on how much you pay him, I suppose. Who are you?
No, I don't think that's it. He brought this crown and in these cards, as much as he might not like to admit it, he doesn't like to follow the same rules as the rest of those Abadar followers.
He kind of just like thinks for a second. Like, that doesn't really clear anything up. Who are you? And he's just speaking in his head, and he's just very confused right now.
Do you think Vic is loyal enough to die for you, like you died for him?
I don't think I would ask that of him.
At this moment, you look up and you're no longer around these people. For everyone else, it looks like Luca is zoned out. But Luca, you're back down in the temple of Urgathoa, back where you died, and you're seeing outside of your body that moment with the fire when they summoned forth the flame and cast the paladin card, and then you see from just the other room behind where everyone is, this tiny little rat crawl its way out from under Rolf's robe, up the stairs, and as the paladin card is cast into the flame, the rat looks deep into it and throws itself, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, and burns amongst that magical flame. Its energies and the energies of the man who once kept it as a familiar imbue with it and into yourself. And he goes, loyal enough to cast himself into the flames.
Oh, God damn it. This time he says that out loud.
And you blink
What?
and you're back.
Would he be able to speak on this? Or would it be like something he can't physically bring himself to speak, Michael?
Oh, you're free to say whatever you want.
I think whatever happened to me to make it able to summon me forth from her, and he kind of points to his daughter, brought a little traveler with me. I hear the voice of our friend from the encounter down below in my head.
Which friend? The demon?
No, he kind of like, he's trying not to say it as he's looking over his daughter. He's like, the other one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have to drag him back to the pit myself.
Apparently he had a familiar that he used to do something with whatever I became. Meanwhile, Sophie's just at this point probably just like kind of disinterested, typical like teenager, like not paying attention to the serious stuff, kind of just looking over Kier's shoulder as he's doing his alchemy. And just kind of just removed herself from the complex conversation. Long story short, she actually would know a little bit of what you're doing because she actually does have some alchemy craft. So, meanwhile,
I can help you with your drug empire.
pretty much.
Oh, is that the formula for meth?
Sophia, we need to cook.
Just she looks over.
Cure for Bloodvale.
Little did
She's
you guys
overlooking
know,
here.
her becoming Robin was the best case scenario.
She's overlooking Kier and
She was a
watching him,
Jesse all along.
watching him work and commenting everything. Oh, I know what that one is, and she like when you're grabbing things to like experiment with, she just goes and grabs the herb and hands it to you, trying to make herself look busy.
You know, when I saw Gadrin did it, he did that in a bathtub.
So, did you just say that you're possessed by another spirit?
He's at least speaking in my head, so. I mean, I could just be insane. I don't know what this whole being, what I am, means anymore.
Sophia, can you make your dad go away? Sophia. Sophia. Sophia.
What? Huh?
A serious conversation over here. Can you make your father go away in the way that you made him appear?
Yeah, she kind of like squints really hard, and all of a sudden, Luca just kind of vanishes. Just you blink and he's gone. See, totally did it.
Yep, very good. Looking to Merrick and Barrow Walker. I don't like the way this conversation is going.
As you're talking, you just hear Sophia be like, "God damn it, shut up, Dad!" And she's like, "Oh, I can hear him in my head when he's not out. So is that something I should be concerned about?"
Wait, hold up. So you have his voice in your head, and he has this other voice in his head.
Out of character. Which
How deep
enemy
does
is
it
in his
go?
head? I'm confused.
Rolf Lamb, the serial killer guy.
Had a familiar that we just weren't aware of, and that
Yeah.
familiar jumped into flame. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, his name is Rufus.
How deep does it go?
Rufus.
Barrow Walker speaks up and says, "He seems like the stories I've heard of ancestral phantoms. Amongst my people, when we're not revering totem spirits or Pharasma under a different name, revere the ancestors that came before us. They watch over us from the other side of Mortal Vale. And sometimes in times of desperation, they would turn. It's the stories my father would tell me. Perhaps that's what Luca is."
I've heard these stories as well, but I always assumed that you had to be a holy person or have a holy connection. But her connection is just arcane studies, right? Who ever heard of an arcane user who could just summon this? Wait. There are summoners. Could it be as simple as that?
Nothing is without the realm of possibility. But we'll have to face the truth. And for better or for worse, Sophia's involved in this now. If nothing else, because you brought her here.
All right.
Still like she knows where here
going back to the
is.
fact that I put a tarp over a 14-year-old and drug her in a cart down to a secret hideout.
I
Meanwhile,
have
she gets-
assaulted multiple children.
Meanwhile, she
At
gets
this
distracted
point-
again, and Vic, and she's like, "Vic, think fast," and creates a pit underneath him.
Where is
Dig doesn't
everyone
think
staying?
fast.
Because I think I'm going to call that a day.
Yeah, I'm definitely still convalescing in the undertow.
Does
Sophia would eventually
Sophia
go
ever
back.
go home?
Yeah, she would eventually go home, especially after the nonstop nagging of her dad in her head. And just leave.
No, you've got to be walked home. I'm heading back to the church. I'll walk with you.
I'm not getting under the tarp again.
I know you're not getting under the tarp again. This has all gone to shit really fast.
You're a man of the cloth. You're supposed to watch your language around us.
I'm gonna see if
God
I
damn
can
it.
check on my hippogriff.
Yeah, it's been a couple days, hasn't it?
He's probably hungry.
He would have stacked a lot of extra food before going into the
Okay, here's 6 dead rats. That should last you a couple days.
39 Slayer. Where are all the rats?
And Merrick won't just go to the house. He would scope it out first because he suspects he's wanted. So he's going to travel at night, cloak up, and not just walk in. He's making sure he's not being followed and all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you go in. And yeah, the hippogriff is pretty much as you left it.
Okay. So to remember, because at the end of last session you mentioned that we're going to have like a little time skip where I could change my class or retrain my class.
Yeah.
Or is that not been taking place? I'm still cleric. Or do we want to hand wave it? I'm not sure how we're doing this.
How
And
many
either way,
days would it take to retrain?
it's 4 levels from cleric to hunter. Not sure how long that takes. Let me just double check real quick. Uh, 7 days per class level. So it would have been 3 levels from cleric to hunter because my most recent level was hunter.
So then you would still be a cleric then.
Okay.
At this point.
Okay. All right.
But well, We'll be skipping forward shortly here
Okay.
because
Well, either way,
some downtime.
Either way, his hippogriff is large enough to fly at this point, and he would probably just take it and go somewhere more secluded.
Yeah. Where do you have in mind? There's.
I'd honestly probably take a roundabout trek into the woods outside of town.
Okay. You travel up and over the walls, past the quarantine of the city. Obviously, they don't have anything to stop people from going over them.
I would be doing it stealthily and, again, trying to blend into the night and not be seen.
Yeah. And you go out and you are able to successfully fly your way out into the woods directly outside of Corvosa. What do you have in mind? What are you doing?
At this point, I think it's just I think at that point it's just going to be camping out for the night, and then perhaps return to. If we're going to be time skipping, then I think Merrick would say that he's just going to lay low for a bit and just finish training his hippogriff.
Okay, I gotcha. All right. So, going forward the next day, Kier's still working on his cure. What's everyone else doing today? I know Kier's working on his cure, Merrick's free training. Sophia, Barrow, Vic.
Sophia's going to eventually just sneak out of the house again and claim that she's going to go visit somebody and then sneak back down to the Undertow. I'll just say mechanically she's just assisting Kier because she's like,
I was just going to
it's
give you
something I can
money and
do.
say, go buy these things for me.
I mean, she could do that too. Like she's just coming to try to seem like she is valuable so she doesn't get kicked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I got money, but I need to get some more equipment. So I was just going to pass that on to you to go buy some stuff for me. Like Barrow would write a comprehensive list.
I mean, she would just go ahead.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to give you a list. I'll just subtract the gold on my end. But
she takes an extra silver and takes it from your change because she went to go buy some pastries.
Mm-hmm.
She comes back with a box of donuts. I brought snacks.
Merrick probably would return just this day. I'd probably bring the hippogriff down with him, casting reduced animal on it to make it small enough to fit in easily.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking we need to lay low for a bit.
I have no intentions of leaving this place for the time being.
How's the cure coming along, Kier?
I think I might have it, but well, 'cause the test cases haven't quite worked on Barrow yet. Or Gray. Forget. Forget if we know his name in character or not.
You
I
guys
think you do.
You do.
Yeah.
Sophia probably doesn't, but I think she's just confused at this point.
I mean, she's a 14-year-old that just stumbled into a den of fucking vigilantes, and it's just like, I'm just gonna make myself welcome here.
What's her reaction to seeing a mini-sized hippogriff?
She's small enough, she'd probably just try to ride it.
Sophia walks in right in the middle. Kier's like, all right, now bite down on this stick, Barrow.
My dad's friends are weird. I proceeds to try to...
Experimental healing salve that burns away the pus.
God, like I know the blood veil is already pretty horrific, but considering Barrow's almost complete full body burns, it's like the most truly horrific looking sick person you've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's fully a ghoul from Fallout right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey,
He might still have his nose.
Yeah, he probably still has at least half of it.
All right. On this day, Vic is going to have set up outside of Sophia's home, disguised, waiting for her to leave. And after she does, after a good bit of time, he's going to go and knock on the door and break the news to Luca's wife, asking her to step outside so that the grandmother doesn't hear it. So in case she does attack him.
Merrick's not going to be there for that one.
She would immediately like, oh my god, where's Sophia?
Meanwhile, Sophia said she was visiting friends.
Yep, absolutely using bluff. Sophia has been finding comfort with the news that we broke to her yesterday, and she insisted we did not tell you out of love and respect for you. She's been dealing with it well, but using her friends to prop her up in this time of sadness, and they seem to have been doing a good job for children. Funny how children can have a certain empathy when it comes to these things that adults talking to children often patronize them instead.
Did you tell her that Luca was murdered?
That was my bluff for that.
Okay.
I didn't use those terms, but I did tell her that her father fell in battle in defense of the city with his honor, as he always had kept and used to serve and protect.
Totally was a cover for Lucas to still potentially be just nothing bad has happened.
Everything's
So,
okay.
I need to know where Sophia is, if she's in danger, if there are going to be people after her.
I don't know why there would be people after her, but she seemed absolutely fine when she just left, and when I've been surveying her and making sure that she's been with her.
I'm trying to remember how much Luca shared with her. Luca, give me the rundown of what you would have told your wife about what you've been doing.
So after he rescued his daughter, he would have informed his wife of how he found her and like what was going on in the course of finding her, with the whole finding the serial killer's domain and whatever.
Yeah.
And how she was learning necromancy and to keep an eye on her practices. He would have told her that he was working with a group of individuals to help figure out what is causing so many problems in the city recently. And probably the last thing he told her was that they were investigating, seeing if they can find out how Bloodveil probably got to the city. But that's probably the last thing he informed her about.
I mean, she would want to know more from Vic. Then she would be asking, who are you fighting? If he was, I thought he was investigating Bloodveil and where it was coming from. Did you guys figure it out?
We're still hot on the trail. Unfortunately, I can't give you very many details in case we're being watched or I'm being listened to. But as far as your daughter, you shouldn't be concerned. I'll track her down, find her, and bring her back tonight. And then I think the best course would be to put her in some kind of precise study session, maybe back with the magic tutors that she had before, or perhaps some new ones. I think that would help focus her mind. And gonna run either a bluff or a diplomacy for misdirection to try and convince her.
I think the best course of action would be put bars on the windows and locks on all the doors.
Yeah. Or you could, maybe send it to some sort of specialist for attention spans. Maybe a camp.
Look, there's this Ritalin doctor. Dr. Ritalin.
Dr. Ritalin.
You mean
but-
Archwizard Ritalin.
It's
Dr.
Ritalin.
Basically, he'd want to talk toward, I think, a good daily structure for her to keep her mind off of the loss, make sure she's in a protected environment, and also growing her magical abilities would be in line. I could look into aligning one, setting one up for you. The Church of Abadar, myself personally, would be happy to pay for it in honor of my friend's falling. I don't know what I could roll for that. Either diplomacy as double talk or bluff as double talk. I don't remember which one it was, but basically to convince somebody to do something. But of course, this would be after I bring her back tonight so that you're sure that she is okay.
Bluff is double speak.
Okay. I'm going to use Silver Tongue Haggler on this and study target. Big money, big money. That's not great. So we'll just leave it. That's 11
Against
above average.
Luca's NPC wife.
Yeah, that's probably good.
That's not great. It's not great. No, you're fine. Yeah,
She's real pretty,
basically just-
Vic now starts flirting with his wife. She's on the market now.
No.
Wow, Vic, you're just so ugly.
Yep. Goodbye now.
Goodbye.
He assumes that she has gone to the. Why do I want to keep calling it the tadpole now? The undertow. Go find her.
To the undertow.
To the undertow.
All right, what's everyone else doing today?
Merrick's probably just hanging out the undertow, just keeping an eye on, make sure Gray's not getting worse, and just preparing to heal if it's needed, however he can.
Sophia would probably just be experimenting with her new magic powers and figuring out what she can and can't do. I got it. So if I try to summon something else, my dad goes away. But if I summon my dad, other things go away. Got it.
Is your dad in the? Is your dad taking the form of whoever? Is it all the same person, just different form?
I don't think so. I don't think he becomes that gorilla when I summon it. Like,
Kind of funny
she
if
looks
it
at her dad
was.
like, "You don't become a gorilla, dude." He's like, "No, I do not become a gorilla."
Where do you go when you're not here? What's that like?
I don't feel like I'm anywhere, but I can still speak to Sophia. I just
Do you have
feel
awareness of the world around you? Or around her?
I know I can see what she sees, but that's about as much as I can hear what she hears, I guess, too. But that's about the limit.
Merrick just kind of walks off trying to wrap his head around that one.
I would say for Barrow, he obviously doesn't leave the undertow, being Kier's lab rat to see if he can cure the plague. But other than that, he divides his time between a lot of time at the little workstation he has in the corner opposite of where Kier is working, making a list of the various equipment that he is going to need and sending Sophia out to go buy that. Both as just convenience, but also it does keep her busy, to be fair.
You.
And if
Typically officially
anyone
gone.
and if anyone wonders, and if any of the party asks, like, why do you keep sending a 14-year-old child out to do shopping for you? I'm like, she can manifest a spear at night, she'll be fine. But then the other half of the time, Barrow does spend a lot of time at the shrine, being a very religious person. But also, if you guys remember when we were fighting the daughter of Urgathoa, Barrow promised his god that if they succeeded in this fight, that he would dedicate the remainder of his life to her will. So as far as he's concerned, his life does not belong to himself anymore. So he's looking for a sign as he's preparing for what he assumes is going to be a substantial war against the forces of darkness, and preparing equipment, which before was slapdash, but with the stuff I'm having Sophia buy, it's going to be a little more put together now.
Mhm.
Looking
So
forward to
the
new
holy
cowl.
warrior arises.
But any new look is entirely dependent on if Michael got the multi-sided token up and going. Yeah.
Oh, I can probably set that up real quick.
But that's what I'm doing.
But you've got the new outfit and everything.
That's the plan. Because originally I was gonna wait for the new outfit until level 10 when I got the ability to manifest the mask, but it just felt like such a good story beat to switch over to a new look now with me losing all the equipment and everything like that. It's like this kind of feels like
Yeah. Okay.
the restart.
Vic would,
Yeah, Vic, what are you doing?
when he gets back after talking to Luca's family, when he gets back to the Undertow, whenever Sophia comes back from her next shopping trip, he's going to present the solution to the group while talking to Sophia, but also addressing the group of, look, you've got very strong powers. I think the best thing for you right now would be to continue to visit with us here. I'm going to tell your mother that I've enrolled you in a magic school where you are honing your powers. You will continue to do so here with us, where you are protected, and no one will know about what you are doing. He'd basically go through that as his plan of her leaving and coming and joining them every day and then going back home at night. Does that seem okay for the meantime with everyone?
Sophia raises her hands. I think you need to work on your wording. All of that sounded sketchy as hell.
I'm a little uncomfortable with the entire situation, and I would prefer for...
If you haven't noticed, what we're doing is sketchy as hell.
Sophia, can you promise not to talk about anything you see and hear, or any of us, with anybody?
I promise I won't talk about any of this, because anyone who knows me will either be horrified or not believe me anyway.
Well then.
Let me put it this way. I say, turning from my work. Sophia, do you want to stop the people that killed your father?
I mean, that is why I showed up.
Then you're in, and you're playing by our rules. Understand?
Yeah, that's fine. Should I give myself a nickname or something? Is that how this works? I'm not sure how this works.
Wait,
It
is that
does
how it
need a
works?
disguise.
Oh, I can make myself a disguise. That's not hard.
I mean, I don't know. I do feel like we kind of need to travel anonymously at this point, even though it's probably a bit too late for that, at least for some of us.
I non-verbally give Merrick the hard stare of that's what I've been doing since the beginning and literally talked to you about on the first day that we met.
Although I'm trying to recall, beyond the undead, had anybody seen Merrick's face in the in and out of that?
In the in and out of what? Of the hospice and the
Yeah,
temple?
yeah.
Before the
remember
plague
if-
doctors saw your face.
Ah, damn.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Then after hearing all that, Sophie's gonna try to make herself a disguise for when she goes out in case they fight.
Vic would assist.
And I'm just gonna see how successful she is at making a disguise, because I have that. It's one of the things she has trained.
Nice.
Hey. She looks like a proper vigilante now.
You said
They call her the kindergarten killer.
Didn't have to dress
Merrick-
up like a hooker.
You see Merrick going through his
Jesus Christ.
backpack and pulls up a mask. Huh. I should have wore this more often.
Who's that?
Sophia goes out and buys like a wig and like complete change of appearance to make it look like she's a completely different person.
That's a disguise kit, basically.
That's what I was meaning. Like she has a disguise kit.
She's
on her
not
every
even
time.
disguised. She just goes around saying she's a halfling.
Well, how tall did I make her? She's only 4'8".
No. A dwarf.
Too tall for a halfling.
She's about eye level with Vic.
Just a very skinny dwarf.
Mhm.
Malnutrition is a hell of a thing.
She had the blood plague for a long time. She got better.
I imagine other than Merrick retraining and people crafting stuff, most of us are kind of just chilling in the undertow.
All right.
Yeah, I had some retrain ideas, but now with my feet screw up, I've got to readdress that at another time.
I mean, once we've got the cure figured out and at least a couple vials of it made, then we can start talking about other things for cure to do, like
Mass producing it.
probably still have contact with Cressida.
Yep. On this day, what are you guys doing? Much the same?
Yeah.
How's Barrow?
Yeah, this is the plague that I'm mainly worried about. I think if with all those restorations that Kira's throwing at me, we don't need to roll it because it's 2d4 versus 44, so mathematically I'm not going to die from it.
Okay, Barrow, give me a perception check.
Sure. Natural 1, motherfucker.
All right, you don't notice anything.
Cool. That's not going to bite us in the ass.
Can I have a perception check to see if his penis is laying on the floor?
No.
Penis
All
normally,
right, so
or?
let me know if there's anything you guys are doing that's out of the ordinary today.
Not
And
particularly.
also, are you staying in the undertow or are you guys going out?
I am staying down here.
If until Akira's been delivered to Barrow, Merrick's gonna be hanging out there.
Not really a good time to just go wandering through the city without a goal, to be fair.
All right.
Yeah, after the shopping and stuff is done, Sophie would probably, like I said, just stay down here and help pass Kier the stuff he needs, since she at least has some general knowledge of it.
Is she going home each night, or is she just
Yeah.
camping out here? Okay.
She's waiting until it's dark so people don't just see her just walking out of this hidden area.
Vic
So
would
at some
definitely walk
point-
her every night.
I want you guys to describe me what you're all doing in here in the Undertow. Around like 6 o'clock in the evening, what's everyone doing down here? Let's start with Merrick.
Probably just spending time with his hippogriff and just kind of, training, retraining. Yeah.
All right. Sophia?
Probably,
Or here, if you want to go.
I was just gonna say probably taking a short break from pouring over the notes, the cup of tea.
Gotcha. Sophia?
Probably just testing out the different things that she can summon.
Yeah.
Some of those
Monkey,
things like she doesn't have
bear.
tigers,
Tried to summon a monkey with gorilla arms, but it doesn't work.
She summons a giant centipede at one point. She's like, "Oh no, that was a mistake."
Summons her dad with gorilla arms.
You'd think they'd be better, but they're really just not as dexterous. Can't grab my halberd as well.
Accidentally summons a gibbering mouther because that's a thing she can summon. Like, oh
God,
no.
put it away! Put it away!
Go away!
Keeps telling Merrick, I can put cotton in my ear if you and my dad need some time.
Oh, gross.
And Merrick is they're tamping, Barrow as they're tamping down that Barrow and Vic as they're tamping down that gibbering mouther. What are you guys doing?
Vic is cooking dinner for everybody.
Vic's the house husband.
Yeah.
Vic is so tired of this group.
Barrow just laying out flayed, I presume.
Yeah, I want to say he's doing something cool, but realistically at 6 a.m. this is probably designated plague victim rest time.
Yeah, you guys get that gibbering mouther finally unsummoned. Everyone's got a bit of sweat, and then there's just laughter in the room as everyone kind of realizes the absurdity of the situation. And then you guys hear the distinct sound of the door upstairs opening.
This is the most known hideout I've ever heard of.
Merrick would
Sitting like
probably
blackjack.
have his bow at the ready.
Sophie would throw on her wig.
So
Actually, yeah, seeing that, Merrick would probably throw his mask on too.
how many of us here are without dark vision?
I'm not. I don't have dark vision.
I've got low light vision.
Okay. Because I think I set up only one lantern on this map, so if I was in these bedrolls over here, I would immediately douse it.
Yeah, I've got a fire going where I'm cooking.
Ah, son of a bitch.
All right, so as you guys hear steps coming, the footsteps coming down these stairs, what's everyone doing?
Probably quickly scrambling to get ready.
Vic's going to cast Shield of Faith and pull out the Triple D.
Okay, thankfully my constitution is not terrible right now.
Sophie would just begin the process of summon her dad to fight in case there's something's going on because she sees everyone getting in a panic and is like, "Oh shit, something's gonna go down."
I try to get to my feet and get my silver dagger at the ready. I am currently unarmored, but still covered in bandages.
Merrick would probably be hanging close between. Yeah. Good.
Barrow, your silver dagger's gone.
Oh, that's not good. Then I'm going to try to stumble over to the table where I got some of the new daggers I had Sophia buy for me. Also, I do like the idea that the restorations that Kier is giving me are alchemical extracts, which means I'm basically vertical purely on medication.
And as he comes down, one of you for sure recognizes who this is. It is the towering monk that has been your pusher this whole time, Kier. And around his neck, around his arm and around his neck, are two large snakes. And he just kind of slowly walks down till he reaches the bottom steps. And looks around at everyone who's readying their weapons. And he says, it's not a very warm welcome. You remember how we welcomed you, Kier?
It's an unexpected visit.
It shouldn't be. I don't remember the last time you were at work.
I think I've just about cracked the plague. Please, please
Kier,
have the Arcana
do I have to
spot
say?
the cure.
I know. Kier, if it were my decision, this insubordination, I'd kill you right now. But lucky for you, it's not my decision. Your sins are forgiven. Should you come and finish your plague research with the Arconas.
What's going on, Kier?
The Arcanas are my patron, remember?
Mm.
Our little, they had warned me to not, keep going with our activities. Looks a little uneasy, like, can I really trust him? Because I don't think I can, but...
How did you find this place?
Kier knows the Arconas have eyes all over Korvosa. No matter how hard you try to cloak and hide and dig holes in the ground, we see you.
Kier's making some breakthroughs on the plague. Why would you want him to go elsewhere to work on it?
It's where his lab is. Not to mention that the components he's going to need to make a cure are undoubtedly going to be expensive. And the Arconas have money to provide to cure the people of Korvosa.
Gonna sense motive that. Use silver tongue.
What he said is literally true.
Is he concerned about are they concerned about curing the peoples of?
You suspect
Korvosa?
that might not be their true motivation.
Okay. What if a cure is brought about? There would certainly be money to be made off of it, right?
Of course.
I appreciate a man who looks at those opportunities, but what if Kier stays here with us, working on it in your name, and any development he has is therefore intellectual property of your party?
It's not my call. Gloria wants him back. Working
task for me.
for the Arconas under the Arcona banner, not in some random dingy hole in the ground far away from his lab equipment. What are you? What are the implements you're using right now, Kier?
Well, just the
Just
traveling kit.
Yeah, he's got like some beakers and a bowl out.
He's got a metal spoon that's kind of bent. Clearly been doing a lighter underneath it.
Some tongs, but they're clearly for food, not for.
Couple of rubber band straps.
Barrow, what you want to go with to make sure you also get that gear and can keep an eye on him? Merrick kind of was basically whispers that to Barrow, trying to just keep it between him and I.
Sam is patient. Gesturing over as you two whisper. I would prefer to cure him first to make sure it works. But if he can be relocated there, what sort of accommodations did they send you with?
I've got a horse and carriage outside. We can throw him in the back.
I mean, I feel like someone would non-verbally need to do a sense motive against me right now.
Sophie would kind of just chime in like, "Is this guy giving the ick to anybody else? Is it just me?"
Yes, but
The
sometimes have to deal with such people.
Yeah, definitely Vic. Barrow's extremely close to escalating, aka
Yep.
stab him, throw his body in the river, and sort it out
We've
after.
known each other for long enough to know where that goes.
Yeah.
He's going to be down 2 copper pieces here in a minute.
Definitely on like a 35, like the nonverbal, known each other long enough. I don't think there's any way bear walkers are going to go to any of this fucker's compounds to be a
Nope.
lab rat for their for-profit plague cure.
Did we? I apologize. We didn't have a very good introduction. We did have you.
Good. I
enter.
don't want to know you.
Would your very wealthy patron be willing to accommodate all of Kier's friends there so that we can make sure we're all together? Things have been
Absolutely
going on.
not.
Kier, do you want to go there or do you want to stay here?
Do have obligations to them, but
Wait. Did you sign a contract?
He turns to you. You're a man of Abadar. You know of deals. Kier has made a deal. He works for the Arconas.
ultimately I think Kier will go along, but I'm curious as to how this plays out.
Well, if you go along now and I don't, that means I die of plague.
Sophia kind of just
Wait,
Merrick would chime in and say, how long do you think it'll take for you to get the cure done?
He's finishing it tomorrow.
We arrange where I get a bit of it tomorrow. I get a dose of it tomorrow. And proof of life, the cure's still all right.
Wait,
Very well.
Would your work here travel out of character? Would his work here travel to the other location, or would he have to start over?
It would travel to it's research mostly what he's doing right now. But it will end with him producing the first vial of the cure. From which we'll just go on to what it takes to distribute that vial to the people, that cure to the people of Corvosa.
And Merrick will be fine with just making sure he could arrange a pickup for the cure.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, definitely noting that they were involved allowed.
This is a bad idea.
Of course it's a bad idea, but we're kind of in a barrel here.
Maybe we could just kill him.
Yeah, Sophie's just like,
Kind of
wait,
all here.
so are we not going to fight? Like, I'm a little disappointed, to be honest.
Well, it
It's-
Like I
appears
said,
that Kier
if
has
you
Kier's
guys
call.
agreed.
decide to do, as an in-character cure would probably go along to try to, not have a fight here, but
Mm.
you guys have an idea that they were involved, and
Mhm.
this guy has found Barrow's secret lair somehow.
Yeah, Sophie's just not escalating things immediately because she's new. She doesn't know what yet.
Wait, remind me out of character. What was the connection to them?
A bunch of
They were-
crates of various venomous animals or something that had their
Yeah,
ship on them.
they were shipping some supplies to the hospital that had the cult layer underneath it, where they were trying to increase the plague.
I think they were in the cult there too, though.
Yeah, so purely out of character, I don't think sending the guy with all the information about curing the plague, because it's not impossible that they just were supplying without knowing, but do we want to roll that die right now?
Right.
And what was the name of that location? That we found all
The
that
Hospice of the
information?
Blessed Maiden.
Yeah.
Hospice of the. So Vic would take one stir of his pot, put his spoon down, make a very big fanfare of folding his towel as he walks out into the middle of the room. Kier, an obligation to provide a service is an obligation, and if you have agreed to it for a fixed price or a negotiated fee or a percentage take, you're still bound unless the other party has defaulted in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So shapes, forms, and fashions could be in illegal activity. It comes to mind the name you mentioned. We saw recently a lot of goods from, what's the family name that you said, sir?
The House Arcona.
Arcona. We saw a lot of those goods where we just were in the
I'm sure
Temple of
that
the
you would
Blessed
have.
Maiden.
And it would have made a lot more sense if you had done any research on the warehouse in which you were invading. Then you would have known it's an Arcona property recently seized by the government of Corvosa. Which I think I told you when you guys went in there. I don't
probably
remember.
Yeah.
The crates, any crates that you found with our insignia were in there before the property was out of our hands.
That does make sense. Sorry, Kier. I was trying to see if there was a legal loophole where.
Well, I mean, technically he's off the clock right now. Is it really breaking the contract if he doesn't go with them right now?
So purely out of character, I'm just gonna say this. Vic just told him that we broke into that place 3 days ago at the government switching board.
Yep.
So we kind of have to kill him now.
Just waiting for somebody to initiate.
All right.
It's
Well,
okay,
then
man.
I'll initiate, motherfucker.
Light that Roman candle.
I'll while Vic is talking to him, I'm gonna reach into the pile of stuff I had Sophie acquire for me over the last 2 days, and I am going to snap this fancy little item called a gloom stick. So everything within a 20-foot radius goes down 1 light level. It's non-magical, so dark vision can see through it. So since this is an underground area lit by a campfire and a torch, it's pretty safe to assume that most of it would be
Low light.
normal lighting. So it becomes dim light, which means a 20% mischance, and then we can use stealth, and that will just be like my surprise round opener. It's all I'm doing. It's just one action to activate that. And if you have dark vision, this isn't going to affect you because it's not magical. Sound good?
Low light would probably be fun.
The light goes dark. Sophia just shouts, "It's showtime, bitches!"
Roll that beautiful bean initiative. Yeah, and with that flash of the light, Vic would pull his belt and let the flail fall to the ground, or the hard end fall to the ground.
feel like we're doing a good job of making a lot of very powerful enemies.
Don't have us over a barrel here.
No, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I'm not saying this is a bad
Objection
choice.
time.
I'm
I'll
just
have to
saying.
use Luca's token because I don't have access to her token
Yeah.
yet.
Also, are we just gonna theater of the minded, or
I don't think I have a map actually set aside separately for.
Well,
Why
we,
don't
we
we use
have
the map down
But
here?
we can just use the one down there, but I
Yeah,
don't think
okay.
it'll snap this thing. But you can just alt click it if you want. Just put your
Yeah,
guys down where you.
Can you give me
click.
control over Sophia's token? I don't have any access to it.
Yeah, controlled by Sophia.
if you want, I can just send you the gridded version of this map again. I have it on archive.
I mean, this seems to work for now. I'll figure it out
I'll just
another time.
Might need you to drop my token because
multiple
it's
barrel
kind of
walkers are appearing.
yeah, I'm dragging Merrick and it's Barrel Walker that appears. I'm not sure why.
Can you grab the token from up top instead
Yeah,
of
just
dragging
grab
it off
the
your
token from up
character
top.
sheet?
Yeah, I just
Oh,
grabbed it from up here.
okay. I forgot about that.
'Cause we can just put it back when we're done. So it's not
Yeah,
like
there we go.
Oh
All right.
God!
let's put him up
Yeah.
here because he's not actually summoned right now.
Here.
I assume I was cooking over here. Like, is that the fire?
That's a torch, yeah.
Where's the where are all the idols?
That would be in this corner over here. You can kind of see the curtain I had set up.
That's what that square is. Okay.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
why does he have one wall?
It always pops a little bit more in color, but I like the texture that Michael put on it there.
Or wait, is this kind of a little oven?
That's a pillar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have a cooking fire anywhere in here?
No. It's underground. There's no chimney. It would just become smoky.
You eat worms from the graves, don't you?
I eat dehydrated food like a survivalist.
Hmm. Well, you're gonna greatly enjoy this stew, and you're gonna puff up like I don't know what puffs up really big, a puffer fish, when all that dehydrated food hits all this stew water.
All right, Luca.
Yeah, so I assume Luca didn't get summoned because we didn't really have her do a ritual to summon.
Mhm.
So, seeing things having gone crazy, she's just going to use her summon monster ability since it's only a standard action. And a man with the head of a dog appears behind him as she summons a Hound Archon.
Nice.
First thing, since she has summoned neutral monster, he has Smite Bias as a swift action. So if he is neutral at all, it doesn't affect him. But if he's evil or chaotic or lawful or anything like that, so if like he's chaotic evil or lawful evil, it would affect him. But if he was neutral evil, it would not affect him. So just let me know, Michael, if he's neutral at all, or else it won't work.
He's not neutral at all.
Okay, so that will affect it. So he will get basically smited by this Hound Archon. And since it first got summoned, standard action, he's going to do a full attack. So first attack.
Nice.
That misses.
Damn. Second attack. That tracks. And then a bite.
And that misses.
And then she's just going to tuck into a corner over here because fighting's not her forte.
Mhm.
That's it.
All right. Here.
Well, this is gonna be interesting. 23 will miss him. So I'm gonna just down a potion of bark skin real quick.
All right.
That'll probably be my turn. Oh, extract of bark skin. But yeah.
All right. The first thing he's going to do is he's going to attack this hound. He's going to take off the kukri that has been sitting on his waist sash. He's going to reveal the blade and then try and sink it into it. It'll
does
just
he
be
have-
this.
If he doesn't have dark vision, he has a 20% mischance.
He has dark vision.
Just worth checking.
First one will hit, but unless is his weapon evil aligned?
His weapon is not evil aligned.
Because this thing has DR10 evil, so I think that does nothing.
Yeah, his weapon is not evil aligned.
Yep. So he slashes at this thing, and it doesn't seem to do anything to it.
Oh, it has DR10 evil. Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Really, it needs to.
Mhm.
So it. Okay, it seems kind of.
It's like the best summoned creature she can summon at this point. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, be glad it's DR10 evil. But before, when I was looking into like a
When the
devil
fuck are you
sum-
guys gonna be fighting anything that's? Okay, whatever.
Clerics,
Yeah, lots of stuff has evil for bypassing DR. That's what I was saying. If I built a devil summoning wizard, it would have had DR good, and that would have never come up from the evil guys.
Okay, gotcha.
There's lots of times when there might be evil aligned energy that could bypass it when we're fighting Urgathoa clerics and crap.
People using evil or unholy weapons, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, then he takes a swing. Realizes it's not going to go through. And then 5. Oh, it's not marking it how I want it to. Oh, yeah, because it's all these.
Yeah.
Do you say we're in darkness now?
Dim light.
Yeah,
Dim light. Okay.
5.
So your low light vision would treat it as normal.
Okay.
He basically then looks forward and says, I'm going to come forward and grab Kier. Anyone who wants to die can get in my way. And then 1, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Can he move after a full attack?
I think he said after the first attack and realized it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
He's just going to change his mind.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
Well, I said he was only doing one attack before as well.
fair. Oh,
Gotcha.
Yep. The Archon will swing at him as he leaves.
Vic will have a chance to if he wants, I believe.
That'll
It's
miss.
definitely going to take a shot.
That'll miss. That'll miss.
Smite help on attack, or is it just damage?
Does what help on attack?
Smite.
It helps on attack and damage,
Mhm.
depending on if you have charisma or not.
And your smite type.
Yeah.
Barrow.
All right, so I researched this at a session. Even if I don't get the concealment bonus to attacks because he has dark vision, I still count as having concealment, so I can try to do a stealth check, especially since his back is probably turned to me. You can do a stealth as part of a movement. So I will move Right, we don't have the grid. So 1, 2 there. And then I'll do my stealth. 19 probably is not going to beat his perception. But gotta try everything I can to get an edge here. And then I will... yeah, that's what I thought. Because why would I ever roll above a 10? I'm going to throw a dagger, vital strike it, because, why not? Anyway, that's my turn.
I feel bad. This happened to me so much that I got so frustrated too.
It's a very disturbing sight to see your dagger ping off someone's skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. Can I tell if he's a human, or is there a knowledge I could roll to determine what he is?
Fucking rolled a 2.
What? You give me what knowledge do you think?
Locals, what's usually used for humanoids.
Okay.
What you're looking at right now is a human.
All right. He is going to. Oh, 5
Remember,
foot
we
step
don't.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't snap. You just have to count the 5 foot spaces in your head.
Got it. Swift action. Bane. Humans. Is it that specific? Is Bane that specific, or is it?
Yeah, it
humanoid?
is,
Yep.
unfortunately. Because humanoid is too broad of a category. It would apply to too many things otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, so you're doing humanoid human.
Yep. He is going to
I'll-
attack.
Tell you right now, it doesn't work on him.
Okay. That's good because that way I don't have to roll the other one. He is not flanking, correct? Because he's not directly across from Kier.
I would say that's flanking. Well, Kier doesn't have a melee weapon out, does he?
No,
Kier,
but
are
I'm
you
also
threatening?
flat-footed. So, no, I didn't draw any weapons yet.
Okay. So that answers
not
that
flanking.
question, that question, and that question. Well then, shit, we'll swing for the fences and go power attack because I don't know that we're going to land this anyway. Wait, I don't get 2 rolls. Sorry. Mies?
Yep.
Yes. All right. He is going to. He's just going to do a full attack on you. So,
Wait, is it his turn again already?
or
Yeah, it's Merrick's.
yeah, you're right. I would disregard the turn order
I was wondering.
in my head.
Merrick have unsure what's going on between him and Kieran, would just, as part of the free action of Kieran, do you want to go with him or not?
Dude, the fight has started.
I know, but whatever arrangement he has going on, he's not about to potentially ruin Kieran's career if that's the case, but he's wanting to make sure.
Because
He's
already
helping Kieran.
implicated us.
They've been watching us this entire time, apparently. So Merrick's just looking for verification from Kier.
Sit or get off the John.
I don't even know at this point.
I guess at that point, Merrick will say, stop, and, command stop on, or command, basically lose a turn on this guy.
Okay. So he needs a will save.
Will save, yep. DC. Oh, I'll pass it.
Luca.
Sophia pulls out a chunk of magnesium from her bag and chucks it at Vic, screaming, "Gotta go fast," and casts haste on the party. It should hit everybody in the range. It hits Vic and just turns into a powder. The magnesium basically adds an extra turn, so we're hasted for 8 rounds.
And that's a +1 to attack and AC, right?
+1 to attack, AC, extra attack, and a +1 to reflex. And she just runs over here. And then her summon is just going to... I keep doing that, but I know I can't do it. Charge at this guy, so it'll be a +2 on the attack roll. Actually, +3 because of haste. So that'll be a 34. So if that doesn't hit, I don't know what the fuck shenanigans are going on.
A 34 will hit.
For 15 points of damage.
What kind of damage is that?
That is a great sword, so it's slashing damage.
That does not appear to do any damage.
It does function as smite though, so I think smite bypasses DR, doesn't it?
Yeah. Smite bypasses all DR.
Yep.
And why does it count as smite?
Because it's a
smiting?
counter. Because I have summon neutral monster as a feat, which lets me smite anything that's not a neutral enemy, and it functions as smite, so it bypasses DR as how smite would.
That's a monster's ability.
Yes.
Okay. Because you're just saying that you have summon neutral monster, and so you
It's
can
a feat
smite.
that lets me, when I summon a monster, they get the counter poised creature template added to them, which gives them energy resistance, extra DR, dark vision, and a once per day swift action smite bias, which is basically smite evil but for non-neutral creatures.
All right.
So it does actually do some damage to him. That'll be Sophia's turn.
I don't know why in the world you wouldn't ever take that feat then, if it just
Yeah, that's how most of the summer
So-
feats are. All of them are like,
flat increase to your summon.
Yeah.
There's also summon good creature and summon evil creature. There's 3 different feats. I just built her to be a neutral character, so
if it means anything to you, the summon good one is even more.
the summon good and summon
Powerful.
evil ones are so much better than the summon neutral one. It's
Yeah, they
insane.
really are.
Like I actually took a hit by just choosing summon neutral because they are not nearly as good.
Yeah, the summon evil one is nuts.
Yeah. But yeah, now everyone is hasted.
Merrick will shout to Kier, if you want out, take Azure, take the Hippogriff and go.
So, yeah, right.
This is your call, man.
Is it alt?
You can always withdraw.
Look around, Kier. If I found this place, how long do you think it'll be before the Queen does? The Arconas can keep you safe and keep you helping people.
Mm,
Then why'd you come in all threatening?
It's his MO.
He needs a new one.
Yeah.
And the Hippogriff didn't take his turn last action, so if he could move with as part of Kier's turn.
Well, that's not how that works.
Yeah, you would
yeah.
have to announce that
That's fair.
beforehand.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Fast mouth.
Although the
I- I-
Hippogriff is
Definitely
hasted
check.
too now, so
Yeah.
And have another 20 feet of movement.
Riding a flying creature isn't easy.
Yeah, especially since it's not like you can just take off into the sky. I explicitly said there's a spiral staircase down here.
No, I know, but they could run out and then take off.
Yeah, I know. It just
That's a good point. Hippogriff, that's a good bonus to Hippogriff. It can still run.
Mm.
Would have bundled up my notes when I heard people coming down the stairs. So.
Mm-hmm. So, did you? I didn't see. Did you move towards the hippogriff key?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You could even use your action to climb on him if you want.
I think he uses
Hey.
action to withdraw.
Yeah,
oh,
the
that's
withdraw.
right. That's right. That's right.
Okay. He's going to 5-foot step. And full attack Merrick. And you will notice that in one hand, he is going to be slashing at you with this kukri.
Mhm.
But then he will physically scratch you with his other hand, and then he's going to take a bite.
Cannibal monk. Hit miss.
Of course.
And hit confirm. And a hit. So it's 12.
How many doses will you be able to make here by yourself? You need the Arcona's funds and resources, and you know it. I don't know why we're having this fight.
If you'd waited a couple more days, I'd have brought it to you, but I had to flex. And then seeing him attack Merrick's gonna confirm for him to do. So anyway, Barrow's turn.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do the thing I'm supposed to be good at. Watch that one. Okay.
Hey, you did it.
So that'll be 40 against his CMD plus 5. I hope to sweet mother of God 40 is high enough.
I mean, a medium creature CMD shouldn't be that high, even with
Yeah.
a pretty strong character.
Yep. His CMD is 33.
All right. Quick question for you guys. Our homebrew rules, the dex to attack rolls for finesse weapons, was that just a default thing we can do?
I believe so, as long as they're finessable weapons.
Okay. Just wanted to check. So that will affect what I am going to do here then. I'm just going to do a melee dagger attack. He is going to, since I succeeded, this is my swift action one, since I succeeded the acrobatics, he is going to be considered flat-footed for this. And I get a +2 to the final result. Modifying a macro because I had it set up for the silver dagger, but. So, switch it over to Dex. Oh, whoop, no, wrong way. Hold on. All right. No, that's not right. I'll just do it this way. Okay, sorry about the hold up there. 24 against his flat-footed AC.
24 against flat-footed. Will work.
All right, so that is 6 damage, and then so 19 damage. I know we haven't had any roleplay scene or anything like that, but would my prestige class be online for like Reaping Strike and stuff?
Yeah.
All right. So, and 1 point of positive or negative damage, depending on whichever would hurt him most. If he has DR. That positive negative one's definitely going to get through if nothing else.
It's the greater. Is the hidden strike calculated separately or?
It's together. It's like
It's
sneak
together,
attack.
so it's a total of 19 damage, just like sneak attack.
19. Okay.
Are you calculating your extra +1 to hit from haste?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in there as well. All right. So, and that's my swift action attack. So as I land, I can now standard action attack. It'll say dagger, but that's just throwing, but that's just because I'm vital striking because it's a standard action. So that will not hit him because he's not flat-footed against this one. I do have a +2 to flanking, but I think we have established that 23 doesn't hit.
Nope.
But hey, I assume that swift action one did at least a little bit of damage, right?
Little tiny trickle of blood. Vic, Hammerhand.
Having seen him attack, could I do another sense motive to determine what he is?
I'm feeling lycanthrope, but
He's disguised, so I don't know how you would determine what he is right now.
Let's see. From his the way he attacked with his claw and his bite.
I mean, he's a monk as well.
Oh.
I mean, you could always just start guessing.
yeah.
Do I feel in? Yeah, so I could just roll a knowledge roll using my lycanthropic empathy to see if I feel.
Is he also a rat?
Is he also a rat?
Boast the Arcanas with dirty rats.
Quite literally in this fact.
What do you think, Michael? Would you allow me another knowledge to see if I knew what he was?
I don't know how you would determine what he is right now with the knowledge.
I think
I think you already did one. So
yeah, I think that's just a no, Cope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's usually you only get one.
If the knowledge isn't going to make you see through his disguise, so I don't know how you're going to determine that from what you have. If you can tell me how, then we can talk.
I don't want to just start throwing up banes and guessing. So what I'm going to do is 5-foot step over and just whack him in the back with outflank
Wacky the backy.
and sneak attack. God damn it. Do I have I don't think I have a hero point. I think I burned mine. So never
we
mind.
leveled up, so you would have gotten a new one.
Well then I'll tap it for this session. I want to hit this motherfucker, and I haven't rolled above a 7 yet.
Yeah, Michael's working very hard to show us that he's nigh untouchable, and we're not having that.
Hey, our characters are stubborn.
Yeah.
My ego's bursting over here.
We barely got out of that last session alive. We need the W. Came into our house, motherfucker.
All right. Yep. Neither of those are going to hit. Merrick.
All right, Merrick.
He done roughed you up good.
Mm-hmm. He's going to use his action to put Kier in the hippogriff saddle. And then all three of them are going to beat feet towards the stairs. And I'll take the attack for opportunity as I back up and follow him out.
All right. So you're mapping him up, and then are you running anywhere? Or are you staying there?
I'll be following behind them.
Okay.
And in running after them, I'll probably take attack of opportunity if he wants to take a swing at me.
Yep. Luca.
Did you want to make that attack opportunity real quick?
Huh? It's your turn.
I thought Merrick was saying he was leaving right
Yeah,
this turn.
because
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, you're going now. Okay.
So, yeah. Action to put Kier in the saddle, and then we're all just going. All right. 26 for 7. Yep, that'll hit. Still up though.
This Hound Archon is going to step up, and these are all going to be at a +1 because of haste. That'll obviously miss. That'll obviously miss.
And I'm
Oh,
not sure how
obviously miss.
far 70 feet will get us, but yeah.
So
we're
23
using-
to hit with that last one. Not sure if that one will hit.
That will not hit.
Okay. But that's all the Archon's got. Well, I still have Sophia's turn.
Okay.
Since Merrick's out of the way, she's going to put a spiked pit down in front of him, and he needs to make a reflex save. I'll just go and post it. Damage is probably going to be pretty minimal, but... Okay, yeah, he's able to step away from it. I'll draw the pit real quick.
Actually, on the way out, Merrick might have even looked to Sophie and kind of flagged her over to follow if she has a means of potentially escaping with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right now she's not going to move too much because it looks like they're going to be chasing you. So.
I swear to God, if I have to leave all the equipment I just bought.
But yeah, that's Sophia's turn, so it's Kier.
All right. Kier, you're on the back of the hippogriff, so you can't really move per se unless you want to get off.
Well, I was gonna say I guess I'm tendering my resignation as I chuck a bomb at him, but now we're over here. So I guess I'm holding on for at least moderately dear life.
All right.
Holding on for Kier life.
Even
Who
better.
cares about the lives of deer?
With the horse's ass taken out of the staircase. Okay, she's going to take... Let me make sure.
Because I hit him with my hidden strike last turn, he provoked from me at the start of this one.
All right, go ahead.
Which provokes for me because he's in range.
24?
That's a miss.
Jesus.
That shouldn't miss.
Why is Vic getting an attack?
Because
Because whenever
because-
anyone else provokes, he provokes.
Okay.
Paired opportunist.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean nice.
that doesn't confirm, I swear to God.
Crit confirm. It does definitely confirm. All right.
39 points of bludgeoning.
Yeah, but that's minus whatever.
I mean, even with minus DR, like the most he's gonna have is like what, 15?
Yeah.
So
He is going to, I think, acrobatics. Let me see what his is. No, he'll just take the AOOs then. He's going to move down.
he'll have to
This
looks like
way?
he'll have to go around, won't he? No, he's not leaving. Okay.
Oh, no. And then from, did anyone? Yeah. Barrett does not hit. Then he's going to look down his line of sight at the hippogriff trying to clamber up the stairs. And he's going to shout out to you, Kier, and you can hear him. all the way from there, and he says, "You've made a fundamental misunderstanding of our relationship, Kier. You were never able to quit." And then lightning bolt.
Oof.
Yowzers.
Mhm.
Monk lightning.
It's only a DC 0.
I think we could dodge it.
Oh, it's.
So it says
gotta be
DC 18 on top.
You know, that's a very tough spell, but I'm just going to take a moment and enjoy the fact that I was not caught in it for once. So
Hey, half damage for everybody.
The animal companion has evasion.
11. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, forget animal companion. Let's just get evasion.
Anyway, that's 76. Let me make sure that's correct. It's per caster level. Oh, it's right. Barrow.
all right. All right, that'll definitely acrobatics through space.
Nice. You're doing it.
So this will be against his flat-footed, and it'll have +2 that won't be added in here.
Do you have the haste already added too?
Even it's a natural 1, my man. It's not happening.
I didn't. I said that as you were.
Yep.
going.
All right, so here's the normal one. Maybe it'll be a 20. No.
No.
Okay, well, that's my turn.
Yep.
And flanking.
Vic.
Dude, we've established that 23 still doesn't hit. So
Alright. See. Flanking again. Power attack. Haste.
Fucking Vic. Every time I see your damage rolls, it's astounding.
Boom shakalaka. Alright, so with that, he's gonna attempt an intimidate.
promise you,
DC is 10 plus his hit die plus his wisdom modifier. Those
Michael's just like, these sons of bitches.
if hit die and wisdom modifier would need to equal 15.
Okay. Nope. Yeah, he does not equal 15.
So he will be shaken for 30 rounds. Which is just, it's so incorrectly written that way.
yeah, that's
And Vic gets in,
occasionally you
it's
find that
stupid.
stuff in Pathfinder First Edition, and you're like, nah, that feels like bullshit.
Yep.
Oh, both
And
directions.
another
In the-
swing,
Bad.
a 30.
That'll
now
hit.
they're shaken. 29.
Does 30 damage, then 29 damage, so that should hopefully be getting past some DI. God, I feel like my main role in this party is just to set up flanking for Vic.
I mean,
Now
you're
that
both
Luca's
basically
gone,
sneak
y'all-
attackers. That's kind of your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Merrick heading up the stairs.
Buddy.
That's 140 feet because it's 70, then double. So
Gotta be at the surface door by now.
All right.
Okay.
Luca.
The spirit is just going to step up and do a full attack. So first one will probably miss. Second one will definitely miss. 23, I think we established already missed.
Yep.
And yep, so
And
They had to
those-
roll pretty high to get this thing to hit, but actually,
Are
wait.
those with flanking involved?
Yeah, hold on. So those are all missing +3 to hit. I forgot there's flanking and haste not added to these.
Yeah.
It doesn't
so
matter.
that would-
Okay, doesn't matter.
26 wouldn't hit?
26 doesn't hit.
Jesus.
God, so I need to get a natural 20
Um,
essentially.
I'm just trying to think of anything she would do. She would just yell at Vic. Vic, you want to be big?
I am big, but I can get bigger.
She's gonna cast Enlarge Person on Vic. So Vic is now large. His damage die will increase by 1 step.
Does his
And-
reach now go to 15?
Yep.
Wild.
So she will start making her way to the door after that. Not like in the line of sight of the lightning bolt, obviously, but that's all she'll do. So Vic needs to be enlarged for his token, but we can just imagine it if you don't want to do it right
Yeah.
now. Because
Yeah.
yep, it'll be Kier's turn. He's riding on a hippogriff.
What does 1d10 go to? Does it go to 1d12 or does it
I
go
think
to
it goes to
2d6?
2d6. I can look it up for you real quick. It goes from 1d10 to 2d6.
Okay.
I'm being abducted by the party.
It also gives you a +2 bonus to strength while you're large, so you'll be basically a +1 to hit and damage.
You can't take him if we take him first.
So I guess it just goes to his turn because Kier's already gone.
Do it, Michael. Get 3 natural 20s and kill me.
Barrow's just grabbing him by the scruff of his collar. Kill me already.
The dice keep trying to tell this narrative. I don't want to die, but the dice apparently want me to.
He's gonna look over at Barrow and say, "You look tired. Why don't you go sit down and have a rest?"
Fuck's sake. Yeah, I guess I go to sleep.
Then he looks at Vic and he says, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." But that can be where we end it for this night if we want to, because it's 9:57.
I mean, that's a fun cliffhanger.
Mhm.
Turns out Vic's the one that dies. Who would have guessed?
Oh my, how the tables have turned.
How the turntables.
I swear to God, I just cannot catch a break as this character.
You have had some pretty bad luck on the dice with
Yeah.
this character.
Yeah.
Like that's
And
why I
then-
joke like you've inherited my disease of dice rolling.
And
Tonight was the first night that I think your acrobatics has worked 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I even got some good attack rolls in there. Like I had a
Mhm.
a 21 to hit and a 24. Those were good rolls. Just too bad it was against that high AC guy.
Like Jesus, like his high AC is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a little bit of context.
Oh, I'm not
I've been
complaining about that. I'm just saying. it's
slipping.
ridiculous.
I've been, the books don't really set up for a lot of these villains beforehand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so I've been slipping stuff in ever since the beginning. And in the book, you guys don't fight this guy until the very end of this book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I've obviously been having the operators do all sorts of different stuff that the book it doesn't have them doing.
Oh yeah. That makes total sense.
Yeah, and I'm not bitching about how he's hard to hit. Like he's clearly supposed to be above our level at this point. So
Yeah, you're supposed to be
track.
like 3 levels higher when you fight this guy.
I'm
bit of context.
bitching about my rolls, is what I'm bitching
yeah.
about.